hot comic book movie news, shooting up your butthole. The Weekly Planet, the Weekly Planet.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, you better believe it's my co-host, Nick Mason.
It's great to be here. Big week for news.
Yep.
But the question remains, James, of course, as with every week.
Wow.
Can we take the news, can we run it through the furnace of podcasting and turn it into little bits and skits and jokes?
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
Can we?
And then can they get split into further content? We've got a TikTok channel. We've got a YouTube Clips channel.
That's right.
Which is this, but, you know, yeah. Are these the questions we're asking?
I think so. Can we make a little joke?
Oh, we'll find out.
Turn something into a little riddle.
Do you want a joke counter?
No. Please, no, I don't want to know the answer to that.
I just think somebody should do it and send it to Mason, not to me.
Isn't that subjective, though?
Great. We need a bunch of people to do it then, don't we? We need 100 people.
Yeah, that's the only way to be sure. Did that count as a joke?
No, that's real. I want that to happen.
Okay, sure. But we laughed.
Yeah.
But is that because we're both sleep deprived is the question.
That's a great question.
Because it's D23 weekend and we've been up for 48 hours just clocking the news.
Just chewing
Some
through
would say it's a
content.
massive waste of time because there's maybe one good bit of news every 3 hours. But
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see why you would say that potentially. But yeah, we are going to get to D23, Mason. We've got a bunch of things to get.
we're going to D23.
No, Mason, it
Let's
already happened.
pile in the VW bus. Let's
No,
go.
It already happened or it's still happening. I don't know. But all the important stuff that we
I've got my tambourine. Here we go.
all the important
We're going to
stuff.
sing all the way to D23.
Is that a joke? Do you have a tambourine?
I do have a tambourine.
Are we going to D23?
We're going to D23.
Okay.
The traffic's going to be, it's going to be nothing because everybody's going to be leaving in the other
D23,
direction.
yeah.
The freeway to D22 to what I presume is Mickey Mouse's Magic Castle will be.
Oh, imagine all the coins and gum we can pick up.
And
people have left on the floor.
and on all the D23 news will be heavily discounted. It'll probably be 95% off. So
Oh, sick. That'd be awesome. I would love to hear that, Mason. And we're going to do everything D23, like all the animation announcements, the Star Wars, the Marvel, the Indiana Jones, all of that. It's all time-coded below. We've got some other things we've got to get into, including a bunch of exclusives I want to point out this week, including some relating to D23. I've got one for Joker up top. Joker 2, I should say.
Ooh.
Second Joker.
How did you get this?
Well, I have a fairly pretty reliable.
snitch. You
Yeah,
can
I
say
have
a snitch. You've
I have
got a
a
snitch.
really reliable source.
You've got what do they call? You've got a criminal informant.
Yes.
because what they are doing is crimes.
That's true. That is crimes. I have a very reliable source, and also when the information that this person gets, they also are like, this is semi-reliable. This is very, very reliable. This is like.
Oh, they've got their own
maybe.
rating system.
Yeah, exactly.
Much as we've got our own joke counter.
Yes.
This man has his, or woman or person has
That's right.
their own rating system for their own. Okay,
Exactly.
that's interesting.
So I'm going to open with that, and then we're going to do the new and potentially final Black Adam trailer, Mason. Then we're going to talk about what happened to DC's Kevin Feige, which we talked about last week. And then, of course, explaining, there's an interesting article from THR who talks about why there's been so many Marvel leaks in the last couple of years. But let's kick Snitches mostly, yes. Let's kick things off, though. Let's get DC. We're going to do 4 bits of DC
Let's
news.
get DC.
Oh, and the Joker has a name again. Oh, that's in there as well.
Oh, sure.
We'll get to it. Okay, so this is what I've heard about Joker 2, Eau de Toilette, whatever. What's it called?
That's correct, yes.
Good, yeah. Okay, so
The
apparently...
smell of the toilet. That is what it's called. Joker 2, the smell of the toilet.
Apparently Joker 2 isn't so much a Joker movie. It's a Harley Quinn. It's from Harley Quinn's perspective.
I see.
And the reason it's a musical is because that's how she perceives her relationship with Joker.
Like a romantic musical?
Exactly. So Lady Gaga apparently
Yes.
is similar to Joaquin Phoenix. She wants to do some high art, maybe do some of her own music, nab that Oscar, at the end of the day.
Get that EGOT.
Get the EGOT.
Is she close to the EGOT?
I don't know. I don't know how many.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. I don't think she's done any theatre work. So maybe.
No? Well, we'll have to see, won't we? So
I'm going to quickly Google.
I feel like they
Lady
should
Gaga EGOT.
they should update the EGOT to
What, another thing?
Yeah,
Add another
getting
thing?
slimed at the Nickelodeon Awards.
Oh, EGOTs. Seagot?
EGOT.
So the sliming should come first.
Yeah, I think so. You start with the sliming and you work your way up. You can end with the sliming, though. That's fine,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
Egg sot. I think it should be called the egg sot.
Okay, great.
Because the sliming,
Yeah.
Also, you
isn't
never know when the sliming's
And this
around.
isn't a joke either, for people counting. So, yeah, what do you think of that? I mean, I don't love Joker. I think it's like a really terrific performance in an okay movie. You famously, very famously, don't like it at all.
Very famously. That is funny and counts as a joke.
Thank you. So how do you feel about that, though? Because I like that perspective shift. I like the idea that it's something different. I really thought we were just going to get like the same thing again.
Look, again, I'm going to repeat myself. I'm sure I said this the last time we had Joker 2 Smell of the Toilet News, is that this is all very interesting, but it would have been a lot funnier if we'd heard no news about Joker 2. Everybody assumed it was just like Joker 1. It was going to be a grim, gritty crime drama set in New York City.
Maybe.
And then everybody went into the cinema. All the Joker fans went into the cinema and it turned out to be musical. That would be extremely Joker.
Yeah, we wouldn't.
But this does sound fun. So
do you think, though, this is going to get people saying, man, Joker's gone woker? Woker? They're going to call it woker.
Did you think of Joker's gone woker earlier in the day?
No, I didn't. And then you noticed that I developed that as I went because I edited it with calling it woker, which is what people will probably end up calling it.
Is that woker though?
Yeah, because it's a woman.
I guess and also woke has become like completely meaningless.
And people will be like, I thought
anything I don't want to think about is woke now. So,
but it's also like I thought this Batman spin-off movie starring Joker would have more Joker in it or whatever. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? But
yeah, maybe.
Anyway, I don't care about this much. But I am interested to see something different. Now, you've got your EGOT information in front of you, Mason. What do you got?
Okay, Lady Gaga has an Academy Award for Best Original Song.
From
A Star Is Born, I think. She's won lots of Grammys, of course. And she has Golden Globes, but they don't count.
Why not?
She's been nominated...
Because they're weird European nonsense?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the EGOT.
No, it's true.
2 Gs. It's the EGSOT. She's been nominated for 3 Emmy Awards for epic televised performances.
Nominated? Okay.
Including Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Cheek to Cheek Live.
Yeah, that's fun.
9 Grammy Awards. This is from 2019. This is an old article.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's got E, G.
She hasn't got the T in there.
Yeah, she's ego.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly.
But she's got the Oscar, so she doesn't need to do this.
That's true, yeah.
Outrageous.
Yeah.
Maybe she wants an acting Oscar, though. Music Oscar.
Dime a dozen.
It's ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah. Anyway, that's fun, I guess. Look forward to Joker to the Toilet whenever that comes out. Mason, Joker 2 is not the only thing shaking up the DC universe, as I'm sure you're well aware. There was another Black Adam trailer this week.
Oh, that's right.
And he said, who's going to fight me right now in this trailer? And they said we all will.
Everybody's going to fight you. I mean, look, we got a couple of reveals in this. First of all, that the team we're looking at is not just a bunch of people who in the comic books are in the Justice Society. They are the Justice Society in this universe. What does that mean for the Justice League? Was the Justice League inspired by the Justice Society? How long have they been around? When is this set?
Yeah,
I guess present day because all the tech is modern, but
and they said 5,000 years, and if you trace it back to when he went into a tomb or whatever, I think it's exactly the year 2022. You can do the math on that. I did a really extensive trailer breakdown. People should check out.
I don't think you did that at all. I think you're a liar.
No,
that's not a joke. That's a lie. So nobody count that on their.
It goes for an hour and 24 minutes. It's really good, really extensive. Yeah.
But we got more footage of the various heroes who are going to be fighting Black Adam, and also we got a big demon guy with a big pentagram on his chest.
And he goes,
unless I imagine that you saw that as well, right?
Maybe I don't think so. No. I don't remember it putting it in my an hour and 24 minute trailer breakdown, and I doubt I would have missed it.
Yeah.
It was pretty extensive.
Nevertheless, I'm pretty confident that Dr. Fate is the bad guy.
What?
He's going to be revealed to be
but he's a good guy sometimes, mostly.
He's mostly always the good guy, but I think they're probably just going to change it because they need a guy. They need a guy with a lot of vague magical powers to fight Black Adam at the end. So
here's a question for you, though.
Go on.
Would there have been a Dr. Fate in the past who maybe put him in a big prison because the helmet can go to a different person, right?
I see. Yeah,
helmet's
maybe.
bounced around.
Yeah.
From century to century.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have also said, well...
Sometimes there's penalties for travelling.
Oh, really?
You run, you're holding the helmet, but you don't
dribble it. You've got to bounce it,
You've got to bounce it a couple of times, yeah.
But people have asked if he's been in Iraq or whatever for 1,000 years and stuff. It's all in my trailer breakdown.
Yep.
Why is he speaking English? And do you think it's because they'll go, it's magic?
Yes. Well, they won't even address it. Come on.
I think they'll say they'll very quickly be like, or he'll start speaking, and then they're like, we don't understand you, and then he'll very quickly switch.
Luckily, we have these Justice Society translator chips or whatever.
No, he'll be able to speak
this
English.
bag of translator chips. Would you like a translator chip?
Eat these. Yeah.
Salt and vinegar.
No, I think he'll just switch it up. He'll be like, you're speaking a different thing, a more modern tongue. I've just been on your internet because you gave me an iPad.
I've been on TikTok.
Maybe that's why it's so horrible, because he's been on TikTok. Got caught in that manosphere algorithm.
Guess what? Every member of the Justice Society, problematic. You're all cancelled. Atom Smasher, nuclear power, I don't think so.
But also they fight for a bit, then they team up to fight a demon or whatever.
Great question. I don't know. I mean,
he's going to join this team, right?
I don't know if he is, though.
Of course he is.
No.
He's going to. This is his Justice League.
I reckon they're going to burn through these guys like they're nothing.
No, they're building a new Justice League around the Rock. That's what they're doing here.
Yeah, maybe. I reckon if my guess would be every member of the team except Dr. Fate is going to be on whatever team he has going forward.
Okay.
But I think probably this Dr. Fate is going to be revealed to be whoever summoned that demon at the end, and he's going to fight the Rock, and then he's going to be defeated, and they'll be like, well, no more Dr. Fate. Or he'll get reincarnated as somebody else.
Give the helmet to somebody.
Give the helmet to somebody
else. Have
else.
a bounce.
Yeah.
Handball it off.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. Anyway, I can't wait to watch that movie when it comes out this year. One of the 2 DC movies. One of the 2 Warner Brothers movies, I should say, that they're allowed to release. This is via CNBC, Mason.
Uh-oh.
Now, we talked a lot last week about how a lot of what Warner Brothers are doing seems to be quite bizarre and strange, and we did a whole thing.
We sure did.
I thought that went forever. I was really surprised when that was an hour and a half long, because I feel like we covered a lot of ground there.
I think we
did,
did,
I put that down to my incredible techniques of research and scrolling away the information which is important, Mason, you know?
Yeah, I put it down to all the crunches I can do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we got 2 different methods there, but that's interesting. Anyway, so we talked about Dan Lin. They were looking at him to be the Kevin Feige of the DC universe.
He was just eating in the Warner Brothers cafeteria, and they were looking at him, staring over the top of a couch, being like, I reckon that guy, let's put it on that guy.
And he eats normally. Like, he doesn't chew weird, because that would be annoying. When we're in a pitch meeting, and he's hurriedly eating an egg salad sandwich, and it's just not.
First of all, why has he brought an egg salad sandwich?
That's what I'm saying. That's part of it. It's all part of it. Yeah. That's right.
He's asked for extra tuna on it, extra microwaved tuna, and they're like, that's not even normally on an egg salad.
No, and he microwaved it in the can, so he fried the microwave. He's bad news.
This guy is a menace.
This guy who's not Dan Lin, by the way. They agreed that he didn't do any of these things. But anyway, look, I think he would have been a pretty solid choice, but contract discussions ran into complications because of Lin's ownership of Rideback, his own production company. And now Warner Brothers.
Like Casey Ryback.
Maybe.
He's the protagonist of the movies Under Siege and Under Siege 2.
Oh, you think that's where they got it
Yeah, I think
from?
so, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Normal man and normal movies, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And Warner Brothers Discovery would have to compensate him for that because
he's just a chef.
He's not though, is he? He's lying.
I don't know. I only watched.
Is that a lie or a joke?
I only watched the first 10 minutes of those movies. So as far as I'm concerned, he is just a cook. Who was slaughtered by terrorists in 2 movies. They must be set in parallel universes.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a Highlander. It's all different continuities. Anyway, so they weren't going to compensate him for moving away from his own production company. And apparently,
they weren't going to pay him.
Well, not to the extent of why go away and helm something horrible?
Yes.
Or you built this thing that you love and you've built up these properties and made a bunch of money and it's a really solid slate of movies.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. You want to be paid a lot for that and just be screamed at on the internet for the rest of your life.
No, you want to do this just for the love of it. You want to be screamed at for the love of it.
You're doing this for the exposure. The 2 sides exchanged term sheets and Lin wanted to keep Rideback operational with an equity stake owned by Warner Brothers Discovery. Oh. But that's where it all fell apart. So now they're on the hunt again. So if you're in that that cafeteria in the DC.
Don't microwave some tuna and bring it into a meeting.
No.
I mean, I don't mind the smell of a microwave tuna, but other people do.
What are you saying right now, Mason?
It was me. It was me, James.
Is that why? Because you wanted to do this job for $50 million.
That's right.
So that's the reason it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't like this, Mason. I don't like what you're doing. Hope you don't get it. Anyways, the Joker has a name again, Mason.
But does he? This is in the comic books, to be clear.
Yes.
And it's in what
Flashpoint Beyond number 5.
Oh, so this is a parallel universe storyline.
Yeah, so Jeff Johns is one of the names attached to this. And he loves doing a thing, doesn't he?
And people love not being a fan of him.
Yeah, that's true. They don't. So he did he do Flashpoint Paradox? He did, didn't he, right?
Maybe.
So he went back to that. He's gone back to that universe. Sometimes he'll go back to the Watchmen and just be like, I'm doing Watchmen now or whatever. He likes to do this. Anyway, so apparently I've read the panels where Batman in the Flashpoint universe, which was supposed to have collapsed with the end of Flashpoint, but it didn't. It's a universe where Bruce Wayne is the one who's shot in the alley and his dad becomes Batman and his mum becomes the Joker.
That's right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so
this isn't the Joker we're talking about.
No, so he's talking to his wife and he's like, what's going on?
Who's he?
Batman.
So Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne. Mm-hmm. And she's like, there is a Joker. She's talking about a Joker from an alternate Earth, and it sounds like it could be the mainline DC continuity. And she says his name is Jack Oswald White, and he was a guy who cleans toilets in a comedy club, and he's not doing a big joke, but he is happy in his little apartment with his little family.
Okay.
So another added layer of depth, Mason.
That's so much
and
depth.
Continuity.
So how does he become the Joker?
Oh, he doesn't in this version?
Oh, so they're just talking about a man.
I don't know, Mason.
Okay. So his name's Jack White.
Yep.
Like the former member of the White
Jack
Stripes.
Oswald White.
So, but his middle name is also like
The same
Oswald
as
Cobblepot,
the
the
Penguin.
Penguin.
Yep.
But also like Lee Harvey Oswald. Is that intentional?
Wait, is the
Something
Penguin
like
Oswald or Oswald?
Oswald with a D, I think.
Okay, I can look that up.
It is Oswald, yeah.
Right.
And also,
You're
like
right.
some of his origin is that similar to like the Alan Moore origin where he's
Killing Joke.
Yeah, Killing
cetera.
Joke where he's in he wants to be a stand-up comedian
And
or
he's
what
in
have
debt
you.
with the
Yeah.
Or he does a mob thing and whatever.
Does a mob thing or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's that thing of like nothing about the Joker's origin is concrete. Whenever they add a new piece of information, I said piece of information, that was unintentional. That wasn't a joke.
But it was funny, so does it
what
count?
Does it count? Yeah. It just adds to the rich.
James, sometimes you say stupid things, and I think they should count as jokes.
Why?
Because people laugh at you and them and you.
Shouldn't I have to be in on the joke for the joke to count?
No, because otherwise none of the things you say would count as jokes. Because you're always saying stupid things and you're never in on the joke and people laugh at you and it and you.
Okay.
Mostly you. They laugh at you, James.
Okay, that's good, but I've still got a podcast that people listen to, right?
No.
Oh, what?
No.
Then what is this?
I don't know.
Anyway, what do you think?
It gets put on the dark web and rich businessmen listen to the tapes and laugh at you.
And eat dolphin.
Yeah. That's right.
What do you think, though? More Joker origin.
Pointless. This is going to go away. It's going to be like that. If for people who don't follow the comic books, which is many, many people, when compared to it's so few people when compared to the people who watch all the movies. They just keep adding little bits of Joker lore and then saying, we will definitely explain this later, and they never do. So
Weren't there 8 Jokers at once?
At one point there were 3 Jokers.
12 Jokers.
Yes, James.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Good.
You've
What happened with that?
Nothing happened with it.
Did they merge back together?
Nope.
Were they ever separate?
They were separate, yes.
And what?
It's never been explained as far as I know.
Some were, so they weren't like, this one's an imposter, this one's a clone.
No.
This one's a skeleton.
I don't think so.
None of them were skeletons?
Wait, unless maybe they had some sort of plan to make more Jokers, but then the plan didn't work.
I read this.
Yeah, we both read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the comic?
3 Jokers.
Was that what it was called?
Yes.
Or was it like Joker Wars
No,
or
it's
something?
called the Joker War or something else.
The War of Jokes and Riddles?
That's a different thing
That's
also.
a Riddler Joker thing,
Yes,
isn't
correct,
it?
yes.
Yeah.
This was just called 3 Jokers, and the revelation was there were 3 Jokers. There was like a present-day Joker. There was like a 1970s Joker. And they all sort of represented like when they switched the art style of the Joker over. But then they were like, what the twist would be if there were actually 3 Jokers. But then they never did anything with it. Like the plan to, as far as I know, the plan for those 3 Jokers to make more Jokers was foiled, and then it was just never mentioned again.
Cool.
And I don't know how much any of the Jokers have been like referenced in more recent Batman comics. So
Don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what they're doing.
correct.
But I do know this, Mason. We're out of
on.
DC News.
That's true.
This is via THR in relation to all the Marvel leaks which have been happening of late.
Oh, from your snitch of a mate.
Well, some of that, yeah.
Uh-oh.
So apparently, actually, I don't actually know where the person gets them from, so I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I'm not going to get into the
Do
specifics.
you think maybe they throw a coin on a wishing well or something?
Yeah. Yes, that's what I think.
And it's like, that guy's out at DC. He thought he was going to be the new Feige, but he's not.
I mean, that was news. That was in the regular news.
How are you getting this news? Well, All sorts of stuff happening down here in the well.
So they say that
I'm not just making stuff up because I'm bored. And sometimes it's true and sometimes it's not true. There's all big stuff happening down here in the well.
Get in.
Not going to eat you. I'm not a well monster that eats people. I'm a man with hot scoops and
Is it bad?
I don't know. You'll have to go down in the well.
I want to go in the well. So apparently,
I don't have big gnashing teeth.
Okay.
I'll tell you that much.
What was that?
That was me eating an apple with my regular teeth, not chewing on a big human leg with big gnashing teeth. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, so Mason, remote production, VFX vendors, and multiple monitor feeds have hastened several high-profile leaks despite extreme protocols. Now, Marvel, I feel like years back, you wouldn't be getting a big leak so much, you know? And they're only doing a couple movies a year and whatnot. But apparently, according to sources, some of the highest profile leaks of the past year were not the result of a VFX artist intentionally sharing something online in an insidious attempt to spoil a movie.
Insidious.
That's right. Some came from friends or family members who snapped a picture of a stray monitor, shared it with a friend, who were then dismayed to see it wind up online.
Or it came out of a well.
Could have come out of a talking well. That is a man?
No,
It's not a
it's
monster.
it's not a monster, certainly.
Yeah, cool. So I think, well, this is a result of because they've just chewing up all the VFX companies, aren't they?
Correct, yes.
Around the globe.
Yeah.
So this is bound to happen,
I think this is the this is the most extreme example of you are going to text you're trying to text somebody about someone else, but you end up texting the person the text is supposed to be about. Ooh. You know, except it's exhausted VFX employees accidentally leaking to, they've got two email addresses. They've got Kevin Feige.
Yes. And
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige?
Who's a tabloid reporter.
In a well?
No.
Okay. No, it's not?
Different guy.
Different guy. Okay, great. So, also, I guess a lot of people were working...
You're obsessed with this well. I think you should go down there and check it out.
Mason, I don't want to go in this well, all right? It's bad news probably, or good news. I don't want to know either way. But this was also, it says in the article, a result of working remotely. So if you're at home and a mate comes around, you're like, look at this, it's Tobey Maguire, he's Spider-Man again, or whatever.
Sure.
Look at this.
Look at this, it's Tobey Maguire is not Spider-Man. It's the future of the Marvel Universe. Tobey Maguire is not Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So there you go, fun and good stuff, normal stuff.
Yeah, normal.
Mason, it's Disney 23 time.
Huzzah!
Next year is the 100th anniversary of doing Disney. So that's happening.
Sure.
Excited for that.
Terrific, yes.
Yeah, so...
I hear, as part of the celebration, they're going to Photoshop all the cigarettes back into Walt Disney's hands.
Oh my God, the dream.
Right?
I love that. I wish they were like... You could do worse drugs, though. It's a modern era. You could do something else.
Sure.
A bong. You could just be holding different shaped bongs in different pictures.
That's true, yeah. Maybe
another modern drug?
Disney-themed ones would be good. Yeah.
So Mickey Mouse-shaped bongs,
I reckon they should Photoshop phones in his hand, and he could look like he's not really paying attention. Maybe he's texting or whatever. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Like they'd have to angle the eyes down, so he's just looking at his phone like this, and they maybe like the people he's with could also be like looking at him like they've got expressions of like, get off your phone, dude.
Oh, are you sure they're not? And they're like, we know how you consume our content now, and it's like this.
Sure,
just
maybe.
like Walt Disney intended. Yeah.
So we're gonna rewrite history so that the premise is that this is what he always wanted. He wanted the technology to be there so you could watch everything on your phone. Exactly. He's just like you.
Now, Mason, I've split this up into different segments. We've got video game ings. We've got animation / live action remakes. We've got Star Wars. We've got Indiana Jones. We've got Marvel. And that's it.
Terrific.
That's all the things.
Remind me, why is it called D23 again?
Disney 23, probably.
Oh.
But why 23?
Sure.
Because it's nearly the year 2023.
You answered my question.
Well, I guess if it's 100 years of Disney, if it's 100 years next year, is that it?
Because it was founded in 1923.
Mason, I'm gonna come at you red hot with this information.
Maybe I'm gonna look it up for one bit of news.
I don't know why. I don't know why it's called that. I don't know. Yeah. Right. But I feel like we've said enough things here where we've made sense of it, right?
James, the D stands for Disney, and 23 represents 1923, the year that Walt Disney arrived in California and founded what was to ultimately become the Walt Disney Company.
That's what I said, and I didn't hear it from a well.
And that's one bit of news.
That's bullshit. You can't say one bit of news because I said that.
No,
you're going to have to come in with another bit of news. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry to do that, Mason.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Anyway, let's do video games. So they went through things like they showed some Midnight Suns, that game that's coming out that I'm probably not going to get. Mm-hmm. It's apparently coming out December 2nd of this year. They showed a bit of Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, which is a tie-in to the Avatar universe. I think that was supposed to come out with a movie, but it's not. Oh, by the way, we got an invite to a screening of Avatar, first Avatar this month. Go back in cinemas. Do you want to go?
Nope.
IMAX.
Nope.
It goes for 3 hours.
Nope.
You have to drive into the city.
No.
Do you want to go?
Guess I could take the train into the city.
Okay,
but
cool.
I don't want to. No.
Okay, fair enough. I'm also not going. Marvel Snap, online card. I'm assuming it's like a mobile thing,
like the original Snap.
Yeah, it's a mobile MMORPG.
Doesn't sound like Snap at all.
No, it's one of those things where it's like, you've got an Iron Man card. How many coins have you got? Oh, you're shooting the vulture. I don't know.
Doesn't sound anything like Snap.
I don't know what to tell you, Mason. I'm sure I've got like I could find an email in my account right now, which is somebody asking me to do an ad for it.
Okay.
Which could tell us all about
No,
it.
I don't really need to know, if I'm honest.
This is my one bit of news.
Whoa.
No, I won't do that. What else have we got here? So, pretty disappointing so far, right? Then we've got...
No, some people are probably mad for Marvel Snap.
No, Avatar Reckoning, which is a...
Marvel's, it's bloody, it's like Magic the Gathering, I think.
Great, here we go.
And that was one bit of news.
Okay, fine. Or maybe the mobile thing is the Avatar Reckoning. They're doing a mobile game called Avatar Reckoning. Also, I know you're a fan of the Marvel Strike Force.
I'm not. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's another one online.
No.
On your phone. They're adding Red Hulk. So that's all good news.
Oh, they're adding Red Hulk to Marvel Strike Force?
Yes.
Wow.
I like how it sounded like there were question marks at the end of every one of those words you were saying that. But of course, there was one actually interesting reveal from this. Also, I want to point out a lot of people not very impressed with D23 this year. We saw some new footage of stuff and some trailers, but I don't think in terms of like Marvel and Star Wars, they didn't announce anything new. And people were expecting to fill in those gaps on the Marvel timeline.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Probably not enough. Well, not enough, but I think perhaps not. People were expecting maybe more teaser trailers.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Thunderbolts in a minute, but I think people were probably expecting.
Well, they haven't started filming.
No, that's true, but I think people were still expecting it.
But the cast came out and they went, we're excited to be in a movie.
That's right.
You better believe it.
We're not just TV people, as some people have said.
Anyways, Amy Hennig, who's been on and off projects the last few years. She got famous for doing the Uncharted games, which is some of them, at least the first three. And maybe the fourth one, I think, or maybe she left. But they've shut down that Star Wars game she was working on, which was annoying. Yeah. But anyway, now she's doing an untitled Captain America and Black Panther game.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And you get to play as Captain America, Black Panther.
Or two guys.
Not the one that you think, or two guys. Howling Commando member Gabriel Jones, or the leader of the Wakandan spy network, Nenali, who's from the comics, like briefly.
Yeah, right.
So two of superpowered-ish, and two are just regular peeps.
Okay.
And it's also...
But they have more interesting personalities.
Probably,
because they've had to develop them because they're not,
Yeah, exactly. You got to wear a different hat and whatever.
It doesn't help you in any kind of combat situation.
I don't think so.
You feel more fulfilled on the inside when you play as those characters.
Exactly. So it's also not, obviously, T'Challa Black Panther.
Yes.
Because he's modern day.
That's right.
It's Azuri who is Black Panther, the modern Black Panther's grandfather.
Oh.
And it's young Steve Rogers, so he's like 19, 20.
His special power, Werther's Originals.
So he's... Steve Rogers is like 19, so it's early days Captain America. And they're both kind of like...
Virgin Captain America,
that's right. And they're both like the icons or symbols of their nations, and they have to come together to do a big team up thing.
Yes.
Now, from the trailer, it looks like it's set in both Paris and Wakanda.
They have to lose their virginities by prom.
Oh, no. Just get together.
Well, that'd be cool.
Problem solved, Mason.
That's right.
Now, apparently, it's not co-op, and it is going to be more in line with what Amy Hennig has done before. So if you've played...
It's a Star Wars game.
Maybe. Well, it's also...
This is all a trick.
I'd be fine with that if they're just like, yeah, it's Star Wars, I guess. Yeah, okay, sure. So, like, if you played any of her games before, I'd imagine third person's perspective, like action, like, and then the story and the narrative is, quite compelling and weave throughout an interesting characters. It's also apparently for new... I mean, I watched some, like, behind-the-scenes stuff or whatever where they were talking about it, and it's very vague. I'm just like, what specifically is this? And they didn't really say, but it's for old and new gamers. It's going to be intuitive as well, Mason.
I love when things are intuitive.
So there you go. Anyway, I didn't know this was happening.
It's going to be intuitive and free-flowing, except when you go to pick up an item, you have to walk over. You can't just walk over it. You have to walk slightly near it, and then a prompt comes up sometimes, and you have to click a button to pick it up.
And there's a really long Naughty Dog style animation to pick it up.
Oh, speaking of video games, I just remembered this week I'm on an episode of Thumb Cramps.
Oh my God, Mason!
It's a podcast all about video games, sort of, hosted by Jackson Bailey and Joel Dusha.
Yeah.
And we had a fun time. You can get that on any of your podcast platforms.
Any of them? What games did you specifically talk about?
We talked about The Deadliest Catch, a game about crabbing.
Oh, cool.
We talked about multiverses.
A crab isn't the deadliest catch, though, is it?
Take it up with The Deadliest Catch, James.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
A big cage full of crabs.
But do you have the Deadliest Catch's phone number?
Yeah, I'll pass it on later.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, no, he's dropped it down that well.
Gonna have to get it.
So cool. Okay, great. You should check that out, Mason.
I think you should, yes.
No, you should check it out.
I've already heard it because I was there.
Okay, well, I should check it out then.
World of Heroes.
Okay, cool. There you go.
Not the podcast I was on. Although, though in a way, that is a World of Heroes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Oh, do you mean the other game you talked about?
No, I talked about the TV series The Bear because I thought I was going to play some video games, but then
You watched The Bear instead.
I did, yes.
Did you finish The Bear?
I did.
They never did get rid of that bear, did they?
No, that's true.
Man, I hope they do a season 2. But look,
I'm thinking of World of Heroes, which is like a Pokemon Go, I think, or something
for World War II.
No, for Marvel.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Great.
That's
really good, Mason.
Thank you.
Anyways, but I guess what I was disappointed from this showcase was they didn't talk about Fallen Order 2. They didn't talk about Wolverine. They're developing a Wolverine game. They didn't do Spider-Man 2, the one with Venom that they're doing.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But I guess that's a Sony thing, so I guess they want to do more of that in their own thing. And there's an Indiana Jones game which is in the works, which there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't seen from. But also I like it when they announce games and it's not like it's 4 years away. So I'm hoping if they're holding off, it's because they'll, one day they'll be like, it's out already, just go to the store.
Oh, yeah. It's out already and nobody's buying it.
That's your fault.
Yeah, this is disgraceful.
So yeah, that's pretty much video gaming in general. So I'll get that Black Panther Captain American game. I like the team up. I love an unusual, unlikely pairing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yes.
It's not out yet, Mason. You can't make that kind of judgment call.
I'm going to.
That'd be ridiculous.
You can't stop me. I'm going to. I love it.
You're right.
It's my fave.
Now, your favorite thing at the moment
is that thing you said, the games.
The thing I said.
The Black Panther and the Captain America.
Is animation / live action remakes.
No, I hate those. I hate them.
You hate animation? You hate the art and the craft of animation, Mason?
Yeah, but everybody who does it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch the new Pinocchio movie? And knowing that you have, what'd you think of it?
I haven't, and I don't like it.
Okay. But you haven't seen it. So it's not really fair to cast judgment bearing in mind that everybody hates it.
I'm going to, though. I'm going to not see it. I'm going to stick to my guns and not see it and remain as someone who doesn't like it.
Okay, fair enough. But we did get a trailer. Trailers ahoy, Mason. For The Little Mermaid, but real.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Here's the thing about this.
Yep.
Is that you sent a text and you were like, hey, remember to watch all these things.
Yep.
And by that point, I reckon I'd watched that trailer like 3 or 4 times.
Through Twitter? Like it just kept popping up?
No, I watched it on YouTube. And at the third one, I'm like, all right, focus.
Oh, okay.
Focus and watch this and really know what happens in it. Really really try and take in what's going on in this trailer, but I couldn't.
Okay.
I don't know what happened in it.
There's singing.
Is there?
You see a mermaid tail, and at the end she's like, I'm that mermaid.
Yeah.
And some people are criticizing, the main thing that you'd think people would criticize it for. Like, how does that work? How would you have that skin tone if you're under the ocean, Mason? I saw that as an argument.
Magic, I don't know.
Also,
yes,
mermaid. So
yeah, that's true.
They're not real either.
But again, I've got no interest in. I don't think I even saw. Did we?
We haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I never watched it as a kid, so I'm the same. It's not mine.
But this just did not enter my brain. Like, my brain has less than zero interest in this, and I couldn't. None of it went in. So
what about the bit? Did it look like she was underwater? Because some people were like,
it didn't. It looked like she was.
So that you took that in, didn't you?
I guess
you took that to the bank. Yeah. So people have criticized that and been like, "Well, wait till Avatar comes out, and that's going to show how things are really done." Hey, they're both Disney. It doesn't.
Okay, but in addition to that one, we also got reveals there's going to be Mufasa.
Yeah, Mason.
Live action prequel. Is that what's?
Well, Mason, people. It's the thing about live action and animation. Often the line these days are blurred because people call the Lion King. We talked about it.
Yeah,
they called that.
That's what
live
that song
action.
"Blurred Lines" was about.
Is that what it's
that
about?
Robin Thicke song? He
Yeah. His dad was a sitcom dad, wasn't he?
Oh,
Alan Thicke.
Alan Thicke. That's
Thicke.
right. Yeah,
It's an E on the end. So yeah, it's the origin story of Mufasa. James Earl Jones will not be returning. And it's going to
young Mufasa.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be how he went from orphan to king of Pride Rock.
Incredible.
I know. Are you excited?
Nope.
But you liked the last one.
No, I didn't.
But you liked the original.
Not really, no.
But you saw the Little Mermaid trailer?
I don't like any entertainment, James. I'm sick of it.
I mean, at least it's not a remake.
I guess, sure, yeah.
At least it's doing a prequel of a remake, Mason. Can't we at least be satisfied with that?
I guess we can, yeah.
Great stuff.
I guess we have to support this because otherwise it's just going to be live action remakes until they run out of.
No, they're going to run out.
And then
that's why they're doing this.
Again, yeah.
Because they're running out.
Well, the best one.
And they're like, do we do the Emperor's New Groove? People seem to like it, but
I'm sure you've got a few more there. I'm sure you have the list, but I think my favorite reveal is, and I thought this was a joke initially, but it's not a joke. They're going to make a movie called Wish, which is about the star that everybody wishes on in Disney movies where they wish upon a star. We're going to see the origin of the star.
And it's got a gun. What is... Okay, that's something...
It's a notorious bank robber that decides to change its ways.
So that's something I took in. I didn't take in, sorry. I wrote it on my list. What it is... It's animated, right?
Let's find out.
When we see it?
Yep.
Why don't we just wait?
Yeah, it's animated.
Okay, there you go. Great. That's good at least. You know, it's not
a watercolor style with 3D animation.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. I like that. We also got a trailer for Disenchanted.
Yeah.
The sequel to Enchanted. And Amy Adams, because she's older, she's evil now. And that's what happens.
Evil or misunderstood?
But
she's Scarlet Witch in it.
That's what I've written here. It's Amy Adams does WandaVision.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Did you see the original Enchanted? It's
Some
like
of
fun.
it?
It's like fun or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like fun or whatever.
I remember
Mason.
it being fun or whatever.
Came out in 2008 or 2009 or something.
It's interesting they haven't gone with a prequel or a recast. Everybody's younger. They've gone with Amy Adams. They've gone with the Demps.
They could have done a live.
They
could have done a live action remake.
Sure.
Where they switched the animated stuff for the live action, like they just twisted.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Whoa. That'll really get people thinking and talking. I feel like. But I think, at least it's a sequel. But at least it's something else. Yeah, there we go. We got a trailer for Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
I did see that, yes.
That's going to be a series on Disney+. It's Harry Potter, but Greeks or whatever. Don't you think?
I guess I think that, yes. Absent any other commentary about Percy Jackson.
It had 2 movies, but... Yeah. Apparently, if you're a fan of the books, it's not really what you want from that, so they're doing it again. It's a live-action remake of a live-action adaptation.
Sure, yeah.
Of sorts. We also got a trailer for, get ready for this, Mason.
I'm ready.
It's going to be out December, the Santa Clauses.
Yes.
So I'm assuming Santa has a terminal illness or the Santa Claus curse is wearing off or something.
No, he just wants to retire.
I think he's dying.
Oh, no.
I think the demon that's in his body is eating him.
Yeah, from the inside out.
Sure.
So
he's going to die.
Yeah. He's slowly collapsing.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
But the big news from that trailer is, of course...
The return of David Numbers Krumholtz.
So he wasn't in the Santa Claus 3. If you want to know what we specifically think of these movies for some reason, we have individual videos dedicated to those movies.
It's true, we do.
Not a joke, real thing. It was COVID, and we were just like, what do we do? I guess we're doing the Santa Claus.
Let's watch some Santa Clauses. Sure.
And it's an insane universe. Imagine being David Krumholtz, right?
Okay.
He's 44.
Yes.
And you come back and do this.
Go on.
Like, just bizarre.
Well,
he was a child in the 90s.
Oh, sure,
when he did that. And now he's an adult man.
Go on.
And now they're put on the little wig and hat.
Okay.
Dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think you don't get you don't see things, and he's supposed to be like ageless. It's like
You don't see weird stuff in Hollywood, as far as I'm concerned.
like, he's supposed-
all straight down the line
he's
in
supposed
Hollywood.
to be a child still. And
Yeah,
you know
but
what
no,
I
I
mean?
reckon they'll justify it. They'll go, he went to live in the real world for a
Okay.
while. And
He went
lost
to
his
do
magic
numbers.
powers. He went to do numbers, yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be outside the realm of possibility that they put a line in about how he went to do a procedural crime drama in the real world, and then it got cancelled. And he
Oh wait,
ran.
it's a TV show, so he's an actor.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I like to think that he was so competent. Because remember when everything fell apart in the Santa Claus 3?
Yes.
They had that new elf who took over as head of state or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
A disaster.
Yeah.
An absolute shit show. Didn't know what he was doing.
That's right.
It's a wonder that Santa Claus has even lived this long, considering that absolute buffoon who was running the show. Unbelievable. So anyway, that's back, and I might watch it. Willow.
Will I got a trailer? Yeah.
Now, Willow was a movie,
Yes.
and some people remember it. And so they thought, what if?
Yes.
What if?
I have a tweet. I found this tweet that I thought was relevant.
Okay.
It says here, this is from Scott Renshaw. It says, I know this is hardly a brand new thought, but this D23 Walt Disney Studios panel is really driving it home. Disney's no longer about creating new things you'll love. It's about creating things that remind you of things you already love. Makes you think, doesn't it?
It really does. So you love Willow?
No, I never saw Willow. But
Okay.
I quite like the look of this.
Yeah, no, me
Like,
too.
looked
This
fun.
is one actually, and I like Warwick Davis, and yeah, it looks like I like that dirty, real kind of magic aesthetic of Willow,
sure.
and it's not entirely that because it's modern day, obviously, and it can't be too grim and dirty and whatever. But
Yeah.
I like the world that they're building here, and he's got that willow stick. Have you seen it? It's like a weird bendy stick that he's got.
I've
He's
seen the willow
zapping
stick,
people
yes.
with. Yeah, he was so young when he did that first one as well. Warwick
But they
Davis.
can just explain that he went to the real world and he was on a procedural crime drama for a few decades. and he
Okay,
came
fair
back.
enough.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is he's not that old now. Was my point. That was my. He's, you know,
Okay.
it was a child when he did that movie.
Where have you been, Willow? I was on Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
That's right.
Bom, bom.
Was that the one with the actor who played Mr. Big?
That's a great question.
Anyway, my point is I didn't know anything about his activities. This is Willow explaining
Oh, you see, right, yes.
what's going on there,
Yeah,
Mason.
yeah.
So there you go. We also got information on there's a live action Snow White happening again. Gal Gadot is the witch.
Okay.
Something.
Well, what about in the movie?
The witch is the witch in the movie.
Oh,
Mason.
sorry,
That's
I
what
wasn't listening.
meant.
Yeah, okay, cool, great.
Peter Pan and Wendy. They're having another run at that.
Yeah.
Didn't we just get sad Wendy Origins movie?
Don't know.
I'm sure there was like an art house thing they did recently that was like,
Don't remember
what
this.
if Wendy was depressed or something?
Okay.
You know?
Depressed-y.
Yes, we already had depressed.
D.
Well, I mean, depressed Peter Pan in the 90s when he was like,
That's true, we did.
I went to the real world and I did a crime procedural and now I'm a grown man or whatever. We also
In my
getting
mind, Mork and Mindy is a crime procedural.
good stuff. We also got the Haunted Mansion, but again,
Okay.
because they did it in the 90s.
Don't remember
Do
that.
you remember that?
Nope.
I think Eddie Murphy, maybe it was early 2000s, Eddie Murphy
Oh, I
did
do
it.
remember that.
I get that confused with Tower of Terror, which Steve Gutenberg did. Two great movies. And then Maleficent 3 is happening, apparently, or already was, or they
Terrific.
showed something. I don't give a shit, Mason. Have you watched any of those movies?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, but will you?
Do you have
remember
National
them?
Treasure news there, James?
Oh, yeah, they had a National Treasure trailer.
They did, and
all
it's got the
com-
guy from the movie.
I know, but all the comments are, where is
Nicolas
where's
Cage.
Big Nick?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you watch the Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I loved it. We've talked about this.
Have we?
Yes.
And did I love it?
Yes, you did, yeah.
I watched it on a plane. They took out all the swearing. Wasn't as good. With
It's
the-
7 minutes long. Those movies are ridiculous.
Yeah. Also, in terms of animation, you'll love this, Mason. Did you love Inside Out?
Thought it was okay.
Then you're going to love Inside Out 2.
Oh, right way around.
Yep, that's right. In 2024.
Everything's fine and everything's been sorted out.
There's also Pixar's Elio, which is a boy who finds himself transported across the galaxy and mistaken for the intergalactic ambassador for our planet Earth.
Uh-oh. How's he going to get out of that one?
And did you like Inside
It's
Out?
probably going to be like, no, that's not me. You think of the
Eventually.
other guy.
No, he'll get caught out. He wouldn't admit to it immediately because that's not much of a
You don't know what this guy's
Because
like.
they'll kill him.
This guy's very responsible.
You don't know. I bet he's very not responsible. He's a child, but he's like, I got to get through this. They're going to zap me. They're going to zap me.
Got to kill all these guys.
Now, did you like Inside Out, Mason?
You've already asked that.
And you're going to love the movie Elementals, which is set in a big city where we follow Ember, a fiery character, and Wade, a chill water character, as they discover their similarities despite
Go on.
their differences.
Love it.
It looks like Inside Out.
It sure does, yes. Yes.
But there's some new ideas in there.
The tagline is we've figured out water and fire motion, so we're going to use them as often as possible.
You better believe it. Anyways, though, I feel like there is some good stuff in there. Like we mentioned, Willow, Elio. I like the sound of that.
Oh, yes.
I like the idea of seeing Krumholtz again.
That's true.
I'll dip into Percy Jackson. I'll see what's going on there. And other things, probably. Just looking at this list.
There's almost always other things.
Wish. Let's see what that is. That star that's got a gun, whatever you said it was. I hate this. Not the sponsor, but like the premise behind of why we need something like this.
Oh, I see.
Why it's so important, Mason. Because huge tech companies in America pay next to nothing in taxes, meaning they barely give anything back to the society that made them rich in the first place.
Ooh!
I agree, Boo. They may not do a lot of giving, but they sure do a lot of taking.
That's the
Mason.
opposite of giving.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about these tech companies, how they enrich themselves by taking your personal data.
James, what are we going to do about it?
Well, Mason, before we get into that, I need you to know that they grab your web history, email metadata, and video searches to create a detailed profile on you, and then they sell that off to the highest bidder.
Things keep getting worse and worse, James. What are we going to do about it?
Well, before I tell you what we're going to do about it, I need you to know that companies aren't just selling products anymore. They're selling you.
Ah!
You have become the product to protect your identity and data from these tech giants. I recommend.
What are we going to do about it?
We recommend using ExpressVPN every time that you go online. Now, think about all the websites you visit, Mason. Facebook, Twitter, Google, a fourth website.
No, that's the three that exist.
Everything you do and say online is tracked by these giant corporations. Using your public IP address, they can uniquely match your activity and know your location. ExpressVPN makes you anonymous online by camouflaging your IP address and replacing it with a different, secure IP of your choice. ExpressVPN also encrypts all your data so that it's protected from hackers and anyone else that's trying to spy on you. And what I like most about ExpressVPN is how easy it is to use. Just download the app on your phone or computer, tap one button, and you are protected. So if you are like me, Mason, which in many ways you are, and you believe your internet data belongs to you and not to greedy corporations, then ExpressVPN is the answer. Protect your data with a #1 rated VPN provider today. Visit expressvpn.com/weeklyplanet to get 3 months free on a 1-year package. That's expressvpn.com/weeklyplanet. expressvpn.com/weeklyplanet to learn more.
What are we going to do about it? You said.
Mason. Okay, well, from the top. Mason, let's do Star Wars
Okay.
news.
Okay, great.
First
Not
up,
do a Star Wars?
do you want to do a Star Wars?
It seems like a lot of work in retrospect.
Like, also, you'd get fired. You wouldn't be able to finish it.
It's true.
And then people would ask you about it for the rest of your life, but you never did it. So you'd be
true.
sad that you didn't do it and people are still asking you about it.
Yeah.
The worst of both worlds.
It is very true.
Yeah. Anyway, what would have your Star Wars movie looked like?
Star Wars, first one.
I would have done Star with
I would have done a live action remake.
Star with a gun,
Live
Mason.
action remake.
Star with a gun.
Crime procedural, but it's Star Wars. But it's just the first Star Wars.
Just the first Star Wars
It's just
again?
a couple of like cops with a notebook following all the protagonists around. They show up like in
Okay.
the next scene and they're just like at Tatooine. It's like, so what you're saying is they got in a ship, they got an old ship, and then they just took off.
Okay.
Well, we don't actually have the budget to follow them. So
Did you get the number plate of the ship?
they don't. None of these things have number plates.
Oh, we should know that, shouldn't we? Because
We should. You are.
from here.
Yeah.
We're from Star Wars.
Yeah, we're from Star Wars. We're the Star Wars police.
This is separate from the Empire.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Okay, so you're saying that an old man, he had a laser sword and he cut your arm off with it. Can you?
Did you have a number plate?
Okay, thanks for your statement. Can you sign? Oh, your arm's been cut off. So
We're not with the Empire.
we're separate. We're local council. That's what we are essentially.
Yeah. We got a trailer for Andor. Also, if you go on Disney, there's like a 10-minute special look at it.
Oh.
Where they go behind the scenes and they go, this is Star Wars for real.
Okay.
It does look very good, actually.
It does, yeah.
It looks kind of great. As someone who thought the end of Rogue One, that battle is incredible, I'll take some Rogue One fleshing out.
Yes.
I'll take 5 years of Star Wars leading up to to when Rogue One starts. And I guess it's also, you probably know this, but This is mostly real, I think. Like real locations.
Star Wars is real?
Star Wars is real. Real location, real sets.
Right.
And all of that. I think very little volume, if any.
That's
apparently.
probably for the best.
Yeah, I think there's a balance to be struck, Mason.
Yeah, but they're not good at striking that balance, are they?
There's a balance to be struck, Mason.
Yes.
So that's good. Now, the first 3 episodes of this.
So you're telling me that they ended up in the trash compactor and it just kept. Is there no safety switch on the?
Who are they asking this?
Some guy, I don't know.
Is this before the Death
They're
Star
asking
blows
Darth
up?
Vader. So, Mr. Vader, you're saying there's no safety switch on there's no safety on the trash compactor. We are going to have to issue you a $75 fine.
Credit.
No, dollars.
Okay. That would be significantly harder to pay, you know?
Yeah.
So the first 3 episodes of this are going up on September 21st.
Ooh.
So that's good.
It's pretty close.
That means they have faith in it or don't have faith in it.
It's impossible to say at this point. Maybe it's an elaborate double game.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, God, this sucks. But if we release 3, people will think that we think it's good.
Yeah.
And the initial reactions will be positive somehow.
Or it's really, because it's really slow and boring and it gets good in the last 10 minutes of the 3rd episode.
Yeah.
So if we get them to that, then we've got goodwill.
Yeah. Also, some of it is going to default to playing at 1.5 speed.
Oh, I love that.
No matter what.
I really love that, Mason. The Mandalorian Season 3 got a trailer as well. It's
true.
going to be out February of 2023.
All your old favourites are back.
Go on.
Mando.
Yep.
Mando's friend.
Grogu.
Who's like Mando. Now the other guy.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I was in Rocky.
Yes.
Some of them.
I was in some of the Rockies.
I was killed in Rocky 4, I want to say.
Yeah, I was hit a lot of times in the head and I died.
Yeah. Anyway, they punched me into the Star Wars universe.
That's right.
I got reincarnated. Grogu. Yeah.
What did we see Yaddle in this week?
Yaddle?
Yeah.
Oh, in an animated thing.
That's what I said. Yeah, okay, right.
So that stuck, did it?
Amy Sedaris is back.
Yeah. But Yoda with a wig stuck.
Yep.
But not Little Mermaid.
Yep. That lady from Battlestar Galactica, she's back.
Oh, Bo-Katan.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terrific stuff.
Looks pretty good. So I think I'd be anticipating this more if we didn't get 2 of these episodes in Boba Fett where he got Baby Yoda back.
So what you're saying is that you were punched to death by Dolph Lundgren and you were then punched into this universe. I've just checked the books and there is a $75 fine attached to that. So
that's pretty rough.
There you have.
Did he arrive as a grown man and naked like he's from the Terminator world or whatever?
Yes.
God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. What a confusing universe. So yeah, again, February 2023. It's a good show. Now, Mason, animation is back.
In a big way?
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
6 episodes in the style of Clone Wars-ish.
Yes.
And it's going to be out October 26th.
We're getting little adventures
We get
of Ahsoka.
Young Count Dooku.
Young Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, Mr. Dooku.
Regular age Qui-Gon Jinn.
Regular age?
Yaddle.
What's a regular age, Mason? What does that look like?
40s?
Okay, so around our age, is it? Is that a normal age that a person is?
No, that's the normal Qui-Gon Jinn age. How old was he in...
He was like 60
all right, 60
Phantom
then.
Menace. Well, he's supposed to be older than what he was.
Okay.
You know what? You remember when he turned up in Obi-Wan at the end? Spoilers. Mm-hmm. We talked about this. His hair's longer.
Yeah. It grows after your death.
It's like 4 inches longer.
Mm-hmm.
How?
You
can look like you want in the afterlife. I
yeah,
guess,
and he was like, no, I want it a little longer.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, this looks really... And it shows Anakin training Ahsoka how to survive being shot by clones.
Yes.
Which turns out super handy because that happened to her.
That's right.
As well. Was there a big reveal from this other than Yaddle?
I was going to say Yaddle.
Yeah, I thought this looked really good.
Yeah, looks fun.
And I'll have a good time watching this, I hope. Yeah.
Now, are these interconnected? Is this a 6-episode? Is it a serial? Do we know? Is it happening all in a row, or is it just 6 unconnected stories?
Because there's young Mace Windu.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And he's like, stop it.
And we knew this already, but young Qui-Gon is being played by Liam Neeson's son, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I'd forgotten that. Oh, that's right. You see Ahsoka is fighting an Inquisitor. Oh. That's cool. That was the bit at the end that I was talking about. I like that a lot. So that's cool and good. There we go. That's going to be out, Mason. I said this, October 26th. Will they drop all at once? Who's to say? Mason, Indiana Jones is back.
That's right.
Harrison Ford got on stage and have you seen the speech where he got very emotional talking about it?
He's more animated than I've seen him in years. He could be in a Star Wars animation.
I think
that's
he
how
could be,
animated
Mason.
he is.
Here's a question for you though. Why is he so emotionable about Indiana Jones?
Yes.
But doesn't give a fuck about Han Solo?
Isn't it interesting?
Considering they're the same person. I don't mean he's the same person, but I mean like it's the same character, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Is it the nonsense space universe that kills it for him?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's of an era where, looting tombs and driving around in like an open-top Model T Ford or whatever, that's fun and interesting
and
anchored in reality.
And you're seeing a bunch of racism happen in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's got a little glint in his eye and you're like, is he approving of this? It's hard to say.
I don't think so, Mason. I think he was ahead of his time for the time. I mean, mostly, I guess, for a guy of that era and age. He also said it's going to be the last one for him, or I think last one in general. This is not the end of this. I mean, I'm not saying he won't come back, but I'm saying he's probably made good on him not coming back, but on the second a bunch of money. But this won't end, and I'll talk about why. He said it's the last time he'll fall down for everybody. Apparently the footage they showed, which we have not seen, we see young and old Indiana Jones.
Yes.
We're getting some flashback stuff, which I like. Because there is something about, like, old Indiana Jones just doesn't quite hit the same way with the same clothes and the...
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't give you that same kind of feel. Or maybe it will this time around, Mason. Also, Sala is back. I like that.
Yep.
Mads Mikkelsen is playing a dude who looks like that leather trench coat Nazi
from
guy.
Raiders, yes.
From Raiders. So I don't know whether they're in the same... Nazi situation. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, there's a scene in the trailer where it's like, I'm part of the same Nazi situation. And I'm loving it.
That's bad news, Mason. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is apparently going to be playing...
There's a $75 fine attached to that, but I don't even care.
Wow.
That's how evil I am.
That's how evil?
Yeah.
Well, that's rude. But she's going to be the goddaughter of him.
Right.
And I think it's also they knocked it on the head from the start, just being like, that's his... Like, they're sort of related. You don't have to go in being like, is this going to be his daughter? What's the twist going to be or whatever? It's just like, they know each other or whatever.
That's right.
Have you seen her little outfit? Did you see the
I did see her little outfit. It was very, again, it's very reminiscent of the first one.
Yeah. Do you think people will say, wow, I can't believe Indiana Jones got pushed aside for his goddaughter and this has gone woke, etc.?
Yes.
Okay,
of course that's going to happen, yes. I mean, one thing, unrelated, but one thing we did see from this is there was a sort of a red carpet interview with...
Indiana Jones.
No. With...
Mads Mikkelsen. Phoebe Waller-Bridge,
no.
Harrison Ford.
Captain Marvel.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
And she was asked, when are we going to see Captain Marvel again? And she was like, does anybody want to see me again, kind of thing?
Oh.
And it was like, again, like, there's a bunch of YouTubers out there who should tithe her a certain amount of their earnings, like every month, because
that is their bread and butter.
Yeah, if she didn't exist, they wouldn't have revenue streams, I think. So
I want to see her again.
Yeah.
I liked it when she turned up in Captain Marvel and went, we haven't seen this character in a long time.
When she showed up in Captain Marvel, the movie she's in, James.
No, the TV series, Mason. I meant to say Ms. Marvel. I meant to say Ms. Marvel. That's your fault.
Well, as a man who couldn't remember her name until moments ago, I'm being critical of you.
Yeah.
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. Do you also see Ki-Hugh Kwan got a photo with?
I did see that.
Harrison
That's
Ford.
the biggest news, I think, of this week.
But he's in
They're giving each other a big hug. They're having a great time.
As far as I know, he's not in that movie.
Yeah.
Which I think also if they'd have seen everything all at once, if that had come out before they started filming this, he would have definitely been in it.
Yes.
But this has been filmed for a while now. It's been sitting on the shelf and will be out like mid next year or something. So yeah.
There might be a post credits. He'll be standing by a bookcase.
Yeah.
Be like, well, Indy, what about this adventure? And Indy will be like, nah.
That's a book.
Books aren't an adventure. Reading's for nerds. That's the message of this movie.
And then he jumps out the window.
Yes.
But anyway, I think there's a very good chance.
Have you considered drugs? Short round?
I think depending on how well it's received and whatever, I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge could very well continue this franchise. Or they'll spin it off into something else. Like they're doing with National Treasure. But also we're getting National Treasure 3 as well, aren't we? Like independent of that show?
Maybe.
I think they are doing it as
That's
well.
probably where Nicolas Cage is, if that is in fact
Do you think
the
that's
truth.
where he is?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, he's trapped in National Treasure 3.
Oh, no, Mason. Mason, forget all that, though. But
What?
don't forget D23.
So, what?
Don't forget it.
Okay. but forget everything you said.
Oh, wait, quickly. Indiana Jones, what do you reckon? You
Looks
excited?
good. I'm excited.
Yeah, great. So, Mason,
Go on.
Marvel stuff, right?
Once again, we should bring it up It's James Mangold directing
Yes.
it. He's got a good
He's
track
good.
record, I think.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
I got faith in that guy.
Yeah, I agree. But then again, sometimes the guy who makes Back to the Future makes Pinocchio.
Oh, he did too. It's a Zemeckis joint, isn't it?
I haven't seen it though.
Yep.
Maybe it's incredible. Yeah. Anyways, here's where some of my hot, quick exclusives are coming in. Mason. Anyway, I'll sprinkle these out because they kind of relate to different things. Now, some people are upset by this also because we got no Deadpool 3, no Blade, no Fantastic Forecast. Henry Cavill didn't show up yet again, Mason.
Oh, my God.
Unbelievable, right?
Yes.
What is wrong with that guy?
Mm-hmm.
But we did, of course, get... because we talked about it last week, the rumours that he's been cast as something in the MCU.
That's true, yes.
And you said Hyperion or something. And
I said maybe Hyperion.
And
yeah.
I said sure.
You said shut up.
I did say shut up, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But we did get a trailer for Secret Invasion. What did you think?
Yes, we did. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
This looks like the couple of projects we saw seem to be sort of smaller in scale than they seem to be like interim projects. They're not end game scale. But this looks really interesting. We got, of course, a return of Ben Mendelsohn as Ben Mendelsohn's character from the Marvel universe. What I thought was interesting about that
what is his name? Cheese?
Yeah, it's Cheese the Skrull. Anyway, there's a scene where Cheese is confronting a man, and the man's security detail all transform into the man, and Cheese is shocked, which suggests to me that these I was always under the impression that Skrulls can tell that they're all Skrulls. But Cheese is shocked by this,
doesn't know what's
which
up.
suggests these are like more advanced Skrulls or they're super Skrulls,
different
or something
race,
like that.
or
different version, different species of Skrull or something like that. But I thought that was very interesting.
And the twist of the original Captain Marvel, Mason, if you recall correctly, was that the Skrulls were actually the good guys.
That's right.
But also in the comics, they're like any race. There are good ones and bad ones. It seems like a bunch of bad ones are going to be in this, Mason.
That's right.
It's also, we see that Nick Fury has to return to Earth, and they're like, why'd you come back for this, Nick Fury?
And he's like, because of a secret. I'm not going to tell you what the secret is. I'll tell you after this trailer.
I have to ring Cheese. So we're doing about it.
That's disrespectful and not funny, James. To Cheese.
So, Rhodey's also back. And in the process of all of these presentations, they did reconfirm Armor Wars because for some reason they forgot to mention
the
it.
first Captain Marvel teamed up Cheese and Brie Larson, herself a type
true,
of cheese.
I thought so, yeah.
It's wild.
But so Armor Wars, right? They just left it off the slate at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So, but now we're back and it's happening. Anyway,
but Don Cheesedall is in the Secret Invasion.
Did he pop up in Captain America and Falcon, whatever? He did, didn't he? Winter Soldier and Falcon? He was in that briefly, wasn't he?
Maybe.
Wasn't he at the start where he's like, you keep that shield or don't keep it? I don't know. I can't remember.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Because I remember thinking, I wonder if he'll come back, but he didn't in that show. Anyway,
Cheetle is short for cheese doodle, which is a type of snack product.
Snack product,
US,
gotcha, yeah. So that's out in 2023. We're going to talk about another trailer towards the end, but we also...
What do the Skrulls want, though, James?
What do you think?
Probably like an energy source in the core of the Earth or something. You know what they like.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or a poison, maybe?
Maybe a poison, sure,
Just a type of poison they can have.
Maybe a fondue set.
Yes. We also saw that Captain America New World Order, which is directed by Julius Onah, it's going to be the fourth Captain America film in May of 2024.
Before we go on to that, what's Rhodey's new job? Is he the Secretary of Defense or something?
Oh.
Because he's in a suit. He's got a security detail.
Too, yeah.
What's going on with that?
I can find that out if you want.
Please.
James Rhodes. I didn't see any, what's his leg situation as well?
He looked fine. He was walking down.
he's probably got a slick set of
Yeah, but he wasn't. No, I reckon he's probably fine now. He was walking down a set of stairs like it weren't no thing.
I feel like it's one of, it's something where they need to, keep it part of his... personality. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm just in there. God, he's got a long fucking Wikipedia page, this guy. Captain America Tribute. Yeah, so he was at the thing, in the thing that I said. 2024, Rhodes attended a ceremony at the Smithsonian Institution of Sam Wilson, blah, blah, blah. Rhodes watches the shield place the case in a glass case. After the ceremony, he met with Wilson. The two walked Disney exhibit. Rhodes told Wilson that the world is in chaos following the blip. Not now so much. And he felt it was someone else. And he felt it was someone else's. Wilson said it was someone else's. Rhodes told Wilson that they would be in touch after he left the exhibit. That doesn't tell us a goddamn thing,
That's
Mason.
correct.
So yeah, I don't know what he's doing. Government stuff, probably.
Probably government stuff.
Anyway, so new Captain America, which I guess that ties into this, Mason.
Yes.
The villain of this piece. Did you see this bit of news?
Oh, I don't know if I did see this. Oh, yes, I did. Wait, it's the leader.
That's right.
Hulk villain, the leader, as portrayed by
Timothy Blakefield Nelson.
Nelson, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he hasn't showed up since 2009 when he got some goo dropped on his head.
That's right.
Completely disappeared. But it's the time to bring back Hulk stuff because I think they're getting the rights back to use him in solo movies and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So that's what's going on there. Other cast members that's going to be in here. Carl Lumbly is going to come back as Isaiah Bradley.
Oh, yes.
In addition to Danny Ramirez, who was New Falcon.
Yeah, right.
So there's going to be a lot of ties into the series that happened as well, as of recently, as of late. Last year?
Yes.
This year?
Don't know.
Did happen though, didn't
Impossible
it?
to tell, but it did happen as far as I know, yes.
So that looks good actually, from what I've seen. Thunderbolts, Mason.
Oh, yes.
Here's the team.
All right, from left to right. Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yep.
Ghost.
Yep.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Black Widow, new Black Widow.
New Black Widow.
Bucky Barnes.
Buck Barnes.
US Agent, Taskmaster. So to summarize, Financier, Lady with Invisibility and Intangibility Powers.
Yep.
5 super soldiers.
Yes.
5 hand-to-hand guys.
Yeah.
Great.
Do they all have the super soldier serum?
No. Red Guardian does.
3 of them do.
Bucky has a form of it.
Yep.
And US Agent does.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
But then 2 of them have Black Widow powers.
Yes. Jake, oh yeah, that's true. Jake Schreier of Robot and Frank was reportedly attached as director, which was confirmed by Kevin Feige. And this movie, you're not going to believe it, Mason, will conclude the MCU's Phase 5.
Oh.
And what do you think of that? Do you think it's dynamite?
I think it's dynamite.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So there you go. That's happening. What do you think of the lineup, though?
Interesting. I wonder if this is the complete lineup.
You think there's going to be a Sam Rockwell in there? An Abomination?
Yeah,
do you think they need to mix it up a little bit?
I think there should be. I think there's enough.
I didn't think about that, but a lot of these people have the same powers.
They sure do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what if one of their villains can fly? What do they do then?
Yeah. And why is there like 3 Captain America guys?
I mean, because the last series was Falcon and Winter Soldier was 2 Captain America boys, so now it's 3 Captain America guys.
There were 3 Captain America guys in that movie. If you count Bucky and Falcon and
Yep.
Yeah.
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 In a way, it's always been 3 Captain America guys.
Yeah, you're right. I hope this does expand a little bit more. So there you go. But I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
But again, like throw some villains, throw some reformed villains in there.
Well,
or whatever.
Taskmaster is a reformed villain.
Yeah, I know, but like more.
Okay.
And I guess Ghost is as well.
Yes.
But White Russell's not really a reformed villain. Red Guardian's just Russian. He's not a villain, is he? I mean, he's a spy.
He's a spy.
Yeah.
Depends on your perspective.
2 spies as well.
2 spies.
Well, 3 spies if you count the Black Widow woman. God damn. Anyway, I was excited about this until you pointed out the logistics of it.
And that's one bit of ruining James's day. That's what I do.
That's true. Normally you do it when you arrive. Gotcha, Mason.
Got me. That's true. You did get me. That's
so there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a solid lineup. I just think it may be a missed.
It's a great cast. Yeah,
it's a missed opportunity. I think to not add in some of the many as is the. Again, we don't really know because the comic book Thunderbolts initially, as we've maybe mentioned in the past, was villains masquerading as new heroes, which obviously they couldn't really do with this because everybody would immediately go, "Oh,
that's that person."
Yeah. But I guess they could. But my impression was that it was going to be just a bunch of full-on villains, that were being forced into it. But maybe this is a reaction to Suicide Squad.
I think that's what it is. Yes,
they've definitely made a calculation of
likable anti-heroes
and also people that don't require a ton of over-the-top CG.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because you put the Abomination in this team, that's blown the budget out, and also, I mean, this might even be a response to relentless visual artist crunch.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
you only have to work on the metal arm and everything else takes care of itself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is a function of originally there was going to be more big CGI monsters. There was going to be an Abomination. There was going to be who else?
Well, Sam Rockwell is mentioned.
Yeah.
Would you love Sam Rockwell in like a crap knockoff Iron Man suit?
Maybe, but maybe he might be their tech guy or something.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's alive? Red Skull. Put a Nazi on the team. A real villain, Mason.
Oh, no. I mean, there's a fine attached. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean, that would obviously be okay. Who's an alive villain?
There's no way of knowing. But
I'm going to Google that right now.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the CGI arm and Ghost maybe going invisible, which is a minimal.
Yeah.
Like that's a character not being on screen is pretty simple.
What about someone like a Loki? I mean, he's obviously doing his own thing. Is that too like overpowered?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it depends who they're facing also.
Yeah, okay.
But I think this is what I was referring to when I was like, this is more of a small scale team. This is a team that's...
Where's Zemo?
Great question, isn't it?
I mean,
maybe he's in Captain America 4.
That's true. What about this for returning villains?
But I mean, again, like we've said, Zemo is sort of the cornerstone of the comic book Thunderbolts. So.
True.
And also we can't do Thunderbolt Ross anymore because William Hurt died.
Died real life. Yeah. What about this? If we're talking of villains who are still alive.
Go on.
Dormammu was still alive. What about a big screaming purple face?
Yeah, great. Sure.
Yeah. They couldn't do this, but Michael Keaton.
Oh, James, just a team of just stationary, enormous scenery villains. Dormammu gets Sauron in.
Yeah.
License out Sauron.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Michael Keaton, but he'll do Sinister Six at some point, presumably.
Yeah.
What about Yonrog?
Oh, evil Captain Marvel.
Jude Law.
How would he get on the team? What's he even doing?
Who cares? He's on Earth and they make him.
Oh, yeah, great.
What about Catherine Hahn? Like, put a witch on the team.
Yeah, great.
I don't know. I think
she's in whatever House of Harkness.
I know they're all doing like their own things and whatever. But do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
this also might be a function of
who's available,
and who's not
doing another thing.
Who's not penciled in for a future thing. So
yeah. So here's. Should we talk about Fantastic Four? Speaking of the thing, Mason.
There's got to be a better name for this.
What
team
if they
than
put in like?
Thunderbolts.
What about if they put in a villain who they haven't introduced yet? Like, not, for a lack of a better example, like
Hitler.
Yeah, no, he's been introduced.
Oh.
Doom or something. Not Doom because it wouldn't be Doom. But do you know what I mean? Like a comic book villain we haven't seen yet.
I mean, they did that ultimately with both Suicide Squad movies. Just a bunch of new guys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, they're not going to. So.
Okay. Anyway, I'm still excited for it, Mason. I'm still.
I reckon there might be still reveals to be done.
Yeah, I hope you're right. And they haven't started filming it yet, so
yeah.
And that's out in 2024, July 2024.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Fantastic Four, Mason.
Terrific.
So Matt Shakman is confirmed to direct.
Yes. We were expecting a big casting announcement, but there wasn't any.
Well, this is one of my. This is not a soup. I've got more hot, mate. I've got such a spicy hot scoop, Mason.
Would you be willing to put a hot poop on the line for that?
I can't really confirm all of it.
Wow, cowardly.
But anyway, there's a couple.
So yes or no?
There's one that's like spicy and potentially real, and one that's insane.
Okay,
but we'll get to it.
All right.
So this one is just that Penn Badgley, the Penn Badgley Reed Richard rumor might be more true than people realize.
Oh. I thought it was very true.
But they also said, this person, that it's from a source, so grain of salt.
Real deadbeat.
Yeah, that's right.
It's from my deadbeat mate. It was in my deadbeat mate's group chat.
Yeah. But again, like that name's been floated around.
I think he was just trying to impress me.
But I thought it was interesting that they didn't announce the cast because of the director. Like, they're still working it out. And apparently, I got this tweet from Bori Kitts on Twitter who says, Feige points to director Matt Shakman in the audience, confirms he is helming a Fantastic Four movie. Why isn't he on stage? Feige asks. Because we have nothing else.
We broke his legs.
Because we have nothing else to say or show. That there will be another D3 before the movie comes out. So they want director input before November 8th when this... Okay. 2024 is 2 years away.
Yes.
Before they figure out what they're doing here. But this also says to me that it's not Krasinski. Because it's the perfect opportunity to be like, Logo's back. It's Jim from The Office.
Yep.
Jim from The Office.
He's doing a prank. He broke the director's legs in an accident. It was going to be fun and games, but he broke the man's legs.
So there you go. Are you disappointed by this? It's still a fair way out, so I'm not too fussed.
I'm not fussed either, no.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm not disappointed by not announcing things so much because, like, all of this is still going to happen.
That's true.
It's not like DC where they're like, we're going to do this, and you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. In fact, honestly, I would be thrilled by a trailer drop before the cast announcement, just like, here's the trailer and here's the people who are going to be in it, and we could be surprised.
It would never happen, Mason.
No, it would never happen. That's true.
Or like a little, like you show, like you could take clips from different movies and be like, this is the cast.
Oh, sure.
So you use previous movies, and then way you kind of have to film it on nothing. You have to film a goddamn thing. Was that as interesting to you?
It's not as interesting, no.
You want new footage? Okay.
Yeah, ideally, yeah. Maybe of the movie we're excited about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Some people are just impossible to please. You can't show them clips of an old movie.
You can't just show clips of Penn Badgley in Gossip Girl. Was he in Gossip Girl?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah.
He was doing a lot of gossip from memory. I haven't seen it.
The only gossip I believe in is science, he would say.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I've got some gossip. Cosmic rays, look out. God, you're such a gossiping bitch, Reed.
And now we're going to get hit by cosmic rays.
Yeah.
Because we didn't believe your gossip, because you gossip so much. We didn't move the big spaceship.
That's right. You're like the Reed who cried gossip.
So this is one of my scoops, Mason, for Werewolf by Night. So we'll talk about Werewolf by Night and then I'll tell you the thing.
Okay.
We got a trailer.
We did. Now, this has been directed by Michael Giacchino, who's a composer. He did the composing for The Batman, right?
That's right. He was very composed for that.
Very.
So here's the...
I know, we're shaking him up boots.
That's right. He was doing... This is what it's about. On a dark and somber night, a security cabal of monster hunters emerge from the shadows and gather at the foreboding Bloodstone Temple following the death of their leader.
Ulysses Bloodstone.
Correct, Mason.
That's right. Or is he dead? He's dead. He's been dead for like 50 years.
He's been dead for 50 years, they think. In a strange and macabre memorial to the leader's life, the attendees are thrust into a mysterious and deadly competition for a powerful relic, a hunt that will ultimately bring them face to face with a dangerous monster. Now, presumably,
a werewolf.
Werewolf by Night is dragged there.
That's the scoop.
And and then it seems like he's put in a big werewolf cage.
Yes.
But then he gets out and he does a Ready Player One on everybody as a werewolf. You seen Ready Player One?
He just batters them with pop culture references until they shoot themselves.
Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Very good. I liked it a lot. Anyway, what distinguishes this from other movies that are in colour? What do you think? Often you look at a movie.
How long do I have?
You've got till the end of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in black and white.
Correct, Mason.
Yes. And that's one bit of me getting the question right.
I do like that that's not the only aesthetic of this. Like it's the way it's like cut and the way that you know the way like the costuming and there's that hokey kind of
the crash zooms on people screaming is fun.
Bit of that stuff. There's the what is it called? That zombified mummy like puppet marionette.
Oh, he's like a crypt keeper kind of character who's doing puns and so forth.
Correct.
And I don't know if you've got this in your notes.
Is it Man-Thing?
It is One Frame of Man-Thing.
One Frame of Man-Thing!
And as we know, all who feel fear burns at the touch of the Man-Thing, which is what's happening in that. Somebody's been scared of probably scared of the Man-Thing, if anything. And then he burns him to bits. You know, we're going to have to do this, but there's a Man-Thing film from 2005. I did know that, yes.
So there you go. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so why do you think the Man-Thing's there? Do you think somebody has transformed into a Man-Thing, or is he just hanging out there?
Oh, that's a great question. So Ulysses Bloodstone is a famous monster hunter.
Yeah.
So maybe he's in the mansion. Like maybe he's imprisoned. He's been imprisoned in the mansion. Maybe we'll see some old school Marvel horror characters.
So is he like Ulysses Bloodstone? Is he a character from like the early 1900s in Marvel? And he's got like I think. His granddaughter or daughter's in this movie.
Oh, Ilsa Bloodstone.
Yeah, I believe.
So I didn't recognize any of the monster.
It's not a movie,
characters.
By the way.
Yeah, it's like a holiday special kind of thing. I didn't recognize any of the individual Monster Hunter characters.
Me neither, but I bet they're all somebody.
Yeah. So Ulysses Bloodstone, I believe he's like a bit like Vandal Savage. He was like a Neanderthal man, and he got a piece of like magic crystal embedded in his chest, and he became immortal.
Like what's that thing? That other one that I like. He's got a magic crystal in his chest. It's like a 1930s explorer guy. It's a really good comic.
Santa Claus.
It's like Rocketeer.
From the movie The Santa Claus.
What's it called? Can't remember. Anyway, this is out October 7th.
Yeah. But then he died, and then his daughter took over the family business.
Yeah, whatever. Bloody blah. That's you.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? And you're all loving it.
I am loving it, actually. Do you know somber in Australia is spelled R-E as opposed to E-R?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That just auto-corrected for me just then. Anyway. Here's a scoop, Mason.
Okay, this is about Werewolf by Night.
Yes, and it's
is this the one that is also a shot of poop?
Yeah, for you. It's a specific.
No. That's not. I don't make the rules.
Mason.
How it works is, this is going to be correct, and if it's not correct, you have to do a shot of poop.
All right.
Okay.
Blade.
I don't make the rules.
Blade,
Oh, yes.
I can't prove this, was originally set to debut in the Halloween special, but was cut due to scheduling conflicts.
I see.
Monster Hunter goes to a monster house.
Yep.
Makes sense. Love that. It's not happening, apparently.
Okay.
Also,
I mean, that could be proven in the future when we get some Blade interviews.
what's the timeline on that? For me, like how much...
Rest of our lives.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So that means
But on
your
deathbed,
deathbed, you
you're
have
gonna
to, if it's proven not to be true, yeah.
You're going to feed me a shot of poop
Yes,
on my
that's
deathbed.
right, yeah.
Why
Yeah.
are you alive?
Come on.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that for me. It is some more. The Halloween special is now only 30 minutes instead of the original 1 hour.
I see.
They didn't finish filming the original script because Gale, who's the lead in this, hated the costume so much.
He's this person is the
Werewolf
werewolf.
by Night.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's only 30 minutes. Apparently the whole thing is shit.
no.
This came from a reliable source.
Is it Gale?
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, also, it being, like, not good could be based on somebody who saw it and was like, this isn't for me.
Right,
So I
yeah.
think, like...
This is like an old movie, they might say.
I like new
Okay.
movies. I like what they're doing with Percy Jackson now. Is that a
Yeah.
movie or a TV show? Well, TV is like movies now, isn't it,
So
Mason?
true. That is so true.
So what do you think of that?
Great stuff.
Yeah. So 30 minutes as opposed to an hour, which is...
I don't think that's true. How could you chip out 30 minutes
Because
of a
they
1 hour
didn't
thing?
finish it.
Right, no, I reckon they could fix... They could just fix that with people in rooms chatting.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can.
You can't just stretch something out to an hour. And why stretch it to an hour if it doesn't? Why not make it a tight 30? Like chip out all the
Good
stuff
point.
that, you know what I mean?
Who's the lead in this?
His name is... It was in...
He's in the Terminator movie. Is that the Gale I'm thinking of?
No, he's in... He was in Old.
Oh.
Gael Garcia Bernal.
Okay. Is he not in... Okay.
I don't think he is.
Okay.
Let me check. Which Terminator movie? Who did he play in a Terminator?
Oh,
You're
I'm
thinking of
thinking-
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, yeah.
No,
Correct, yes.
he's not in that.
Okay, great.
You might be thinking of the movie The Kindergarten Teacher. You're getting that confused with The Kindergarten
I am
Cop.
thinking of that, yes.
Yeah, he did that in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, hot scoop shot of poop. It remains to be seen. I don't know, but that's
Wow.
the rumor that I was told, Mason. What else we got here, Mason? I've got some hot quick Marvel news. Just some bits and pieces. We mentioned this, but Ki-Hu Kwan will play a TVA agent in Loki Season 2.
That's exciting.
Vinny D'Onofrio will return as the Kingpin.
Yes.
With an eye patch in Echo, which we reported on, Mason.
Yes,
by the
we
way.
did, probably.
Randall Park will reprise his role as Jimmy Woo in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. No surprises there. The Marvels, apparently, we're going to see them interacting because they've all got different powers and different personalities, all the different Marvels. And we're going to see the return of Kamala Khan's family, which makes sense because Brie Larson's in their house.
That's true, yes.
And I think that'll be fun. Watcha.
We got Charlie Cox and Vinny D'Onofrio on stage as well,
We
didn't we?
did. That was my next thing. Daredevil is not season 4. It is a reboot.
Yes, right.
Apparently.
Okay.
Soft reboot, I'd imagine, because
Yes.
everybody's the same actor.
Yes, that's
In
true.
the thing and whatever. So that's cool.
It's exciting.
And it is. And Wakanda Forever is apparently what we're going to be seeing from it is more of an expansive Wakanda in addition to Namor. So you're going to be seeing more of the kingdom than what we already saw. And Ryan Coogler, this is another scoop, Mason, is the very least one of the directors currently in talks of Secret Wars. Which makes a lot of sense. And the source here says this is a reliable source. This person says, and it's a fairly obvious choice, and it is. That makes sense. Now, do you want to hear a wacky exclusive that didn't happen that I got sent?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Do you know this person?
Yeah, same person.
Okay.
This person sent me a bunch of stuff. I'll just read it verbatim. I heard that there's going to be a Nomad show with Chris Evans returning as Captain America, exploring the adventures he had when he was returning the Infinity Stones, and that project is moving ahead, right?
Huh, okay.
According to my source,
Yes.
who says the info came from a very reliable source of his, it's going to be announced at D23. If true, super huge.
Okay.
Didn't happen,
Well, D23,
obviously.
yeah.
But before this happened,
Go on.
this person said, quick update, I had a coworker reach out to their source regarding Nomad, and they said it's not true. So we've got the conflicting reports going on. Guess we'll find out at D23. So this wasn't announced, but if this is ever announced, we made it happen. That was us.
Terrific. You think maybe people, the response to this announcement on this podcast will be so intense that Marvel will be forced to take action. They'll be forced to give Chris Evans $50 million.
This also sounds like a fan wish.
Yes, for sure.
You know, so I thought I just included it in there because I thought it was interesting, but no, it didn't. It did not happen.
How would that work though? Would it just be? Would it be 7?
It would be expensive.
That would be certainly expensive
to go to 7 different movies.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. What were you going to say though?
Well, I was going to say, would it be? Is there 7 Infinity Stones?
I used to say that was so long ago.
Yeah,
Mason.
it was.
I don't like to look back.
No, that's true. Forward. So would it be 7 episodes?
I don't know.
Okay, and each one is a little. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not happening apparently.
It's not happening.
So there you go. Anyways, D23 Mason, boo or woos? What are you feeling?
I reckon
no surprises.
That's true.
But certainly some things.
I think the Thunderbolts roster is a surprise.
Oh, in a bad way, is that what you're saying?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, and
not in a bad way. I mean, it depends. It depends on who they're facing off against, I think.
And aren't you more interested in a dynamic as well? Don't you want to see a dynamic?
Yeah.
Dynamics are fun.
Yeah, because, Red Guardian would be like, I'm Russian.
Yeah.
And the other guys would be like, well, I'm American.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, Mason.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to get around that. No, you're right. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of what I liked about Black Widow was like the dynamics of that family as well. I know a lot of people are like, I don't love that movie, but I thought it was that's some good moments. Yeah. Anyways, absolutely. That's D23, baby. There might not be one next year, or maybe there will be because it's the 100th year of Disney.
There's no way there will not be a D23.
No, because they're not every year, Mason. There hasn't been one for 2 years, Mason. They don't do one every year, Mason.
They will this time, though.
No, they don't, but they might because 100 years of Disney or whatever. So then there you go. Anyway, like below, tell us what D23 you had. Tell us where it was.
Yeah. Did you have your own D23 party?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Cool. And don't forget to ring that bell. Mason, do you know what it's time for?
It's time for What We Reading.
Yep.
What We Gonna Read.
That's right, Mason. I don't mind telling you the truth. That truth being that it's time for the What We Reading segment, and I'm not treading water while I bring up the folder that's marked audio assets.
Interesting.
So I can play the theme song. I'm doing the theme. What are we reading today? Now, we've already talked about, Mason, how you watched Pinocchio.
I didn't watch it, and I won't. I shan't be watching it.
That was interesting, what you thought. I liked all your opinions.
No. Have you watched it?
Have I watched Pinocchio?
Yes.
No, Mason, obviously not.
You might have watched it with your kids.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not going to let him watch Pinocchio. No, I just think that would be mean.
You wouldn't.
Wouldn't?
Like wood.
What? What's happening?
He's made of wood.
Who is?
Pinocchio is made. Yes.
What's happening? But anyway, what do you think of it?
I didn't see it and I didn't like it. If we can establish one thing from this episode, I didn't see it and I didn't like it.
Okay, fair enough. We're going to have to do these Disney remakes and Caravan of Garbage one day, just burn through them.
Maybe.
We're going to have to do Lady and the Tramp also. They did that one, remember?
Nope, don't remember
that. It came out, Mason.
I don't remember it and I don't like it.
You haven't seen it though.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, you can't just throw it aside, Mason. It's going to be your favorite movie like Pinocchio. Mason, after you watched Pinocchio, did you watch the new episode of Rick and Morty?
Oh, I didn't know it was out.
It came out last Sunday.
Oh, man.
There's new Rick and Morty, and they're actually putting them up on Netflix in Australia, which is good. At a reasonable time.
I'll watch it right now.
No, Mason.
It's on the bloody homepage, isn't it?
What have you been doing if you're not
watching other things?
You didn't go into Netflix and see a big thing that said Rick and Morty, idiot?
Nope.
Wow.
Oh, it does say Rick and Morty, idiot. I watched the new episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks.
And I watched one of those. I watched the second one.
Good stuff. We haven't gotten to the where that crossover with Strange New Worlds is still up in the air. We haven't seen that yet.
But it also seems as if he dyes his hair purple, that guy.
That is a reveal. I thought it was just a quirk of the animation. I thought he probably just had black hair.
Yeah.
But does that mean when we do the live action episode, Jack Quaid is going to give him purple hair?
Great question, Mason.
Maybe.
All around. So there you go.
Should we talk about some of the stuff we watched over our little break?
Well, we were going to do a big episode on it, but do you want to do some now, Mason?
What should we talk about?
When did you watch Pinocchio?
I didn't watch it and I hated it. All right? I hated it.
So go on.
Whatever. I mean, also the thing about this and this streaming.
We could do this next week.
Okay, let's do it next week.
Yeah.
All right.
If people have anything specifically they want us to have watched and talk about, let us know and we'll bloody get into it, mate.
We'll bloody get right.
I'll talk about Nope. I'll talk about the movie Nope. I want to see that one where Idris Elba fights a lion. I'm going to try and watch that this week.
Okay, right.
Maybe I'll go and see Bullet's Train.
Sure.
Have you seen Bullet's Train?
I haven't seen Bullet Train. I was going to, but then my options were that or Nope, and I'm like,
or Pinocchio.
Come on.
Or Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. That's what I'm saying to that. That's what I said. The ticket counter said Pinocchio.
It's not in cinemas.
Not the point. I'm just spreading it as far as wide as I can.
People don't like you, Mason. I don't know if you know that. But
I'm well aware. I'm well aware, and I'm leaning into it these days.
Great. So anyway, I thought, just getting back to Rick and Morty, I thought it was a really strong start.
Okay.
There's a new antagonist.
I see.
There's consequences for previous universes that they've burned through.
Yeah, right.
It's good.
Nowadays, Rick and Morty sort of has to strike the balance between just funny episodes and like continuity episodes. Where is this?
Both, I would say.
Okay, all right. And
it's pretty heavy continuity, and there's like a couple of things I had to look up. I'm like, what happened there? Why is that like that? Oh, okay, yeah, because that person was stuck in a whatever. Yep, all right.
They were stuck in a well?
Yeah.
The news well?
I didn't know it was on, like you, except unlike you, I watched it when it came out.
Okay.
But I wasn't ready for it, Mason. I would have watched a recap.
That's
or
because
something.
you are still stuck in the dark age of turning on Netflix sometimes to see what's on Netflix.
What are you
like an
doing?
Insane person. Who's doing that?
No, because I'm going on to watch a different thing.
Oh,
I'm trying to get over to the Disney app so I can watch Pinocchio so we can talk about it.
Right.
But now that I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. Hey, for real though, let's watch Pinocchio and talk about it next week.
I guess we could.
Do you want to?
Let's watch 5 minutes and see.
Okay, we'll try.
Okay.
We'll try.
Yeah.
We'll promise each other that we'll try and watch Pinocchio. Great.
Yeah.
All right, Mason, should we do the latest theme?
Maybe, but I mean, what else? What else? Do we watch anything else? Did
Yeah.
I watch anything else?
Yeah.
Did I?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
You're not opening any apps apparently, so you're not watching fucking anything, are you?
It's true. I don't know. I just feel like Netflix is not really a destination for me anymore.
No,
I'm
not anymore,
I'm not like
is it?
switching on and being like, my destination now is just YouTube. It's just like I wonder what's going to come up in recommended. Probably something interesting.
You know what I'm watching right now on YouTube?
What's
I'm
that?
17 minutes into this 27-minute video.
Go on.
It's a channel called Shank Mods, and it's how he turned a Nintendo Virtual Boy into a handheld gaming system.
Whoa.
And I'm like, fascinating stuff. I don't understand a goddamn thing.
Did he
that's
switch it on?
happening
Because
here.
it's already a handheld gaming system.
No, Mason, it's not really
one
handheld
were
like people call it.
asked to engineer
My Netflix is open.
perfect
I think it's playing through my
plan
computer.
Oh, no.
There's a show called Inside the Mind of a Cat. See, like that's the thing that's the shit they bring up when you open Netflix.
Yeah,
Who
see?
the fuck wants to watch that?
That's what I'm saying,
If you've got
right?
a cat, you're just like, I'm gonna hang out with my cat. I have 2 dogs. I love dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fucking watch a show about dogs.
Sure, right?
God damn it.
Wow.
This is like that Zach Braff show about podcasting I didn't want to watch. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Didn't want to watch it.
Mm.
Anyways, what's next, Mason?
Oh, the next is the letters.
Let's
We're going to do some letters.
Cobra Kai's back. There you go. That's
true.
something.
That is very true. Let's do some letters and start with the letters theme. The classic one was
Letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away.
I know they're here right now. We're going to do letters.
Hey, we're cool guys, and we're doing letters. And this letter this week, if you want to, we've been short of letters, haven't we, Mason? There's
That's
been a
true.
drought. It's
There's
our
been-
fault. We went away. We took a month off.
You think
But,
that's the reason?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you think people are tired of email as a communication medium?
yeah, it went down while we were away. I reckon.
Okay. Do you think we should have asked for ICQ messages instead?
Maybe we should have.
Yeah.
What's that noise? I never had ICQ.
One of them went uh-oh like that, but maybe that was
that.
Windows Messenger.
Oh no, I had Windows Messenger.
What an era, James.
of
You
instant
wouldn't-
messaging.
God, yes.
Yeah. Now it's all
Not
on
in a good way. I just mean like
No, it's all on your telephone now.
it's on my mobile telephone now.
God damn. When was the last time, do you reckon? What year would have been the last time you went on MSN Messenger?
I don't even know.
I reckon I maybe opened it in 2006 to see if anything had happened.
Okay. You should open it now.
All right, I will.
Okay.
I don't have it on my computer. I was just looking. I don't
Okay,
have it.
right,
I haven't
right.
downloaded it, and I don't think it exists anymore.
Look, this is just an email from I Don't Feel So Good.
Oh, speaking of emails,
Go on.
shoot us some emails.
Yeah, please, if you
weeklyplanetpod
could.
at gmail.com. That's weeklyplanetpod at gmail.com. Or Mason, hashtag weeklyplanetpod, which also very light on this week in addition to that as well. So
Interesting.
shoot us through some
Do you
stuff.
think people have forgotten us?
Yep. I mean, the episodes did well last week.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what I think.
This is from I Don't Feel So Good, otherwise known as Lawrence. I said, hi, James and Maso. Quick message here. Just wanted to say that I think we would all be very happy if you guys discussed the amazing promo video of Tom Cruise on a plane talking to a camera
shit.
about Mission Impossible.
Yeah, okay. We should have talked about this in news.
Well, James, we can do it now. This is the perfect piece of content for letters, the segment letters.
Absolute lunatic.
Right?
That bit where it just peels off at
For
the
people
end.
who haven't seen it, and you should, it's he's hanging on the wing of a biplane.
Hi, I'm on a plane.
In the style of The Fall Guy, the TV series The Fall Guy. He's probably inspired by the TV series The Fall Guy.
So I couldn't come to D23 this year, but
I'm thinking about killing myself on this plane.
Yeah, and then he explains why cinema's great.
And he's like, turn off motion smoothing on your television.
That's right. Don't make me come to your house. I'll do it.
I'll crash this plane into your house and turn off your motion smoothing.
And if I miss the house, I'll crawl through your dog door. I'm small. I'm a small man.
And then Christopher McQuarrie flies by on another biplane. He's like, Tom, settle down, mate. All right? Just dial it back. Don't try and dogfight me either.
So insanity.
Yeah.
He's harnessed, I assume, right?
He was harnessed, yes.
Yeah, okay, because I didn't. But just
as an actor and as a man, he is barely harnessed.
It's kind of crazy, the reveal. What's kind of it is like the reveal of him like sitting on the plane talking, and it pulls back, and then the other plane shows up, and you're like, incredible! I'm loving all of this or whatever.
Yes.
Forget about his weird past, and then the bit like my stomach dropped when the goddamn. Insane,
right?
A madman, Mason.
Does that mean there's biplane set pieces in this movie? Yes,
Mason.
Do you think did they film this in it while they were doing those scenes, or did they go out separately for a little biplane adventure? Right.
And he does it in one take.
Yeah,
like get out of here with that.
He should get out of here with that.
Get out of here with it. Anyway, that's what I think of it.
Yeah.
Incredulous. He's keeping cinema alive, Mason.
Yeah. I mean, unless this is one of those, it's like one of the more recent Mission Impossible movies where there were scenes in the trailer that got cut out. Maybe there's going to be a big biplane action adventure.
Would you like that?
That is a cut out of the final
I
movie
don't
or
think
something.
so. There's no way. I just realized my cord's unplugged.
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Fixed it.
Okay, that's great.
Mason, we love letters here, and I got one.
People should email in more letters at weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Or hashtag weeklyplanetpod. Mason, this is from Nation of Eagles. It says, since you guys said you do an episode where you talk about stuff that came out, comes out over the years, and you've not gotten a chance to talk about it yet, I'd love you guys to maybe watch Better Call Saul for that. Now, I've finished Better Call Saul, but you have not finished. You're like
I'm
3
several
seasons.
years behind in Better Call Saul.
It's worth catching up if you can peel yourself away from rewatching Pinocchio, Mason.
I'm not going to watch that at
what
all.
a wonderful series and finale,
Yeah.
let me just say. I might talk about it more next
In a
week.
way, he's like a real-life Pinocchio on account of all the lies, what he done.
Okay. And he got turned into a donkey?
Yeah.
You haven't seen the last episode.
It's true. Is that his final punishment for all his misdeeds? He gets
No,
turned
it's
into
a reward.
Oh, okay, great.
They're like, you're free to go. And he's like, and can I turn into a donkey? And they're like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then he haws out of there.
That's
Mason.
right.
Yeah.
And then he goes out of the courtroom and he's like, oh my God, and it's the flying car from Greece. He hops in, he canters into it, and he flies away.
Incredible show.
Yeah.
What a finale. So there you go. I also like how...
Better not call Saul, though, because I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah, he would.
I have seen the finale.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
obviously.
there's no way you could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I also like that in the
I'm
last...
off to D23.
I like this. I liked in the last season they jumped forward to like after Breaking Bad.
Right.
So it becomes more like what happened to this dude, which I really enjoyed. It's not all prequel, Mason. And not all prequels are bad, except most of them. Got a letter there?
No, I'm out of emails.
Wow, this is everybody's fault listening, by the way. You can't pin this on Mason. He's responsible for a lot of misdeeds.
Unless they all ended up in spam or somehow.
That's true.
I'm just going to check spam real
You
quick.
put some filters on there?
Well, there's a weather alert for Georgia.
How are we doing over there?
Hall County. Severe weather alert has been issued in your area.
What date? How area?
This is today.
Oh my God.
So watch out if you're in Hall County in Georgia.
Yep.
Patchy dense fog this morning.
Okay.
Restrict visibility to less than 1/2 of a mile across parts of north and central Georgia. The fog should lift after 10 a.m.
This is the future of this show, Mason.
I think it is. Yes.
No emails.
Yep.
Reading out spam weather reports.
If driving this morning, but this is evergreen, I feel.
Okay.
If driving this morning, slow down, use low beam headlights, and leave extra distance between you and the vehicle in front of you. That's just good advice, generally.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be.
And then this video might change your perspective on religion. Same email.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
And
I'm
it's
not going to
just
click it though.
Oh wait, there's a picture of like clouds though, right?
Yes,
With the
yeah,
sun
yeah.
coming through.
Yeah.
I
So I
guess
guess
it
that's
does.
related. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do this before paying your power bill, and then it's somebody just digging around in a PowerPoint. Don't do that. I absolutely don't do that.
No, there could be money behind that.
Electric companies will hate you for doing this, but they can't stop you. They should stop you. Wow.
Oh my God. I love how it gets you in with like, hey, you're from this area. There's going to be fog.
There is an email from Alex has
Oh,
emailed
in spam?
in. Caravan and Garbage suggestion.
Okay.
Look, just watched Scooby-Doo Meets Batman from 1972 with my kid, and I have to say it was soul-crushingly unpleasant, so I'd love to suggest it for you, especially James, to watch. Keep a keen eye peeled for Batman's disappearing trousers. I have seen Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. I used to have it on VHS.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
Batman crossovers. So like we could do that. We could do the new Ninja Turtle one. We could do
A bunch of stuff's gone into the spam.
So this is your fault.
This is from Randall, the Big Sandwich Classic Comic Book Club suggestion.
Okay.
Just finished Superman Son of Kal-El. Excellent, wonderful comic. Love the relationship between Damian and John. Definitely worth a read. The only Superman story I've really loved.
So people do listen to this show,
They
Mason.
do. Why is it all gone to spam? Google, you've gone insane.
I didn't mess around with any of the settings.
No, I didn't. But that's maybe that's why.
Yeah, because we didn't mess around with any of the settings. So this is our fault still.
Yeah, or maybe because we didn't check it for like a couple of weeks.
Oh, so
it went like, you think all of this is spam.
No, we don't. We value all of our listeners, despite how terrible some are.
Yeah.
Mason, I got another letter here, /hashtag.
Okay, well, I got a ton of emails in spam. Keep sending them to
Great.
spam, folks.
Jason Little says, triple TMNT recommendation. That's as in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mason.
Yeah, right.
Hero, if you're in the UK, and because you love censorship. Unbelievable. The Last Ronin for your book club. I have read that. I did like it, but I think we talked about in terms of like, doesn't need to be weird future Blade Runner City.
Yeah, right.
Could have just been dirty New York
That's
future. Batman versus TMNT is a general watch. I need to watch that as well. And you mentioned that not long ago. Lastly, is a general recommendation. The IDW TMNT series starting in 2011 is definitely worth a read. I have read a bunch of that, and it's very good also. And I think I'm going to get that Cowabunga collection, Mason, off the back of Shredder's Revenge, which I talked about on my less successful podcast.
You get your son to play all the old ones?
Not yet.
You should get him to play the NES version. The NES one that's
soul-crushing.
Astoundingly difficult. Yes.
Yeah, I should. And then I'll scream at him and be like, this was video games.
James, we got a ton of emails. This is from Lawrence. He says, I'm not dying, but if I was, my last wish would be that you do a Caravan of Garbage on the Street Fighter movie. I love that movie despite how bad it is.
I will 100%
Raul Julia
do
gives
that.
120% to his role, and Jean-Claude Van Damme gives 10% to his, and he's perfect. I didn't like it at the time, but I have grown to appreciate
Incredible
it as a camp
movie.
classic.
The Chun-Li one is truly terrible and boring, whereas that one is just it's like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do those two together. Not the characters that sounded rude. I meant as in like we'd pair them together for a Caravan of Garbage series, Mason. Any more spam Gmails?
Oh, here's one. This has got a very compelling subject line. This will be the last email, I think.
Okay.
This is from Gabe.
Hello, Gabe.
You guys made me unemployed for a month with your break.
Thank you.
I'm
You're
excited to see
welcome.
what this is. Hello, James and Mace. I hope you lads enjoyed your break. It was very well earned, and I loved the supplemental content. However, I must admit that it was rather inconvenient for me as it correlated with my recent unemployment. At the end of July, I received the very unfortunate news that I was being laid off with another 40-some employees from the company, so beginning in August I would be out of work and without great mates to put comic book movie news up my butthole.
Damn, that sucks, man.
Yeah, fast forward through August and I sent out well over 200 applications to various companies, positions, etc., with no luck at all. However, September comes, I'm reunited with fresh, great mate content in the form of the Hobbit Caravan of Garbage when I receive a phone call from a number I don't know. Seeing as I'm desperately awaiting follow-ups to any of my applications or interviews, I answer. It was a phone call confirming upcoming employment. So for whatever reason, my livelihood is tied directly to your content stream. While I know you lads and all the Planet Broadcasting folks deserve numerous breaks, I must request you never take any again for fear I'll lose my job once more.
Well, I am taking.
Thanks for the content. Signed, someone grabbing that gem weekly, a.k.a. Gabe.
I'll be taking a
Thank you,
smaller
Gabe.
break in December, but the content will also not stop, Mason, like it did this time.
Oh,
Thank
one
you so
more
much.
email. Buy now, pay later laptops. Own a laptop even if you're broke.
I have a laptop.
Well, buy now, pay later laptops. And then I should click here. I should just click, shouldn't
Can I
I?
buy it and not pay?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, all right, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that then.
Nice.
Cool. Mason,
What a week. What a discovery.
is that the goddamn show?
So, folks, if you've ever emailed us and we didn't read it out on the show, it's not because...
I can't believe you have never checked the spam folder. How have you not checked the spam on that ever? How is that
Why
possible?
would I
What do
check
you
the
mean,
spam?
Why? You don't check the spam of your
Because it's
feed?
awful. It's awful in there. It's
You
terrifying in
have
there.
a peek. You have a poke, Mason.
No, you don't do that.
You also check the promotional folders, Mason, if you've got any Did you check the promotional folder?
No.
Because that could be an invite to something, like a big thing. By the way, when that Caravan of Garbage video came out, the first Hubble one, the second one's going up this week. You know, YouTube tells you it's like how it's ranked towards the other videos.
Oh, yes.
9th. It was like the 9th ranked
that good?
of the 10. No, that's bad out of
that's
the
a
10. But now, nearly a week later, it's moved it up to the 2nd. So people did come back, and thank you so much because, my goodness, Mason, what would we have done?
Touch and go for a minute there.
That's right.
We'd have to blame whoever was responsible for us taking a break.
I agree. Claire.
It was Claire.
What's next, Mason?
No, we all needed a break.
We did. End of the show?
That's the end of the show. Folks, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for telling your friends about it. Thanks for coming back, certainly. Thank you for leaving a 5-star review on the podcast platform of your choice. James, do you have any 5-star reviews there?
I'm going to tell you the truth, Mason. I do have a couple here. This one's from Jazz Is Me, who says, a couple of boys down under, 5-star. You can just do it in an app. Incredible.
Very nice.
And says, it's fine. Thank you. And this is from No Choir.
That's a deep cut, but it's also like just our philosophy generally.
It's true. Mm-hmm. It's from No Choir Rodis, who says, super duper, 5 stars. These guys talk about pop culture with a healthy mix of irreverence and enthusiasm. They usually find things to enjoy while not bringing too much nostalgia-filled baggage. Also hilarious. Let the podcast continue for 1 billion years.
1 billion years.
Hopefully when we die, an AI can take over. And that can just happen.
I mean, that will probably happen sooner rather than later. Somebody will build it, and then the bot will be more entertaining, and it'll have unlimited content as well.
That'd be awesome.
I know, right?
I'd love that.
Folks, if you want to get in contact with us, you can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, if most of them checks the fucking spam folder, you can.
It's true. Well, I will now.
Unbelievable.
Thrilling. It's like...
I thought it was like a recent thing you hadn't checked, but you'd never checked.
I've never checked it.
Unbelievable.
It's a
How have
nightmare.
you never had a look at
Spam folders are terrifying. You can also go to Weekly Planet Pod at Facebook, at Twitter, at Bandcamp.
My spam folder.
That's right. You can follow our friend Rob Collings at Raw Collings on Twitter. You can follow him at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. That's where all the important stuff is. But if you want to just follow some nonsense, you can follow me at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter. And on Instagram, I'm Nick Meso. And James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. You can also go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group. You can go to the Weekly Planet Pod subreddit and Discord.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies. Chuck in a buck or any amount you would not miss. Chuck in the amount of money you find in the couch cushions.
Exactly.
Do people still find money in the couch cushions?
No, they find
Bitcoin.
They
mine Bitcoin out of the
mobile
couch
phones.
Mobile phones, sure.
Yeah.
Crumbs. Send us some crumbs.
David Krumholtz.
David Krumholtz, sure.
That's correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
Don't send those coins down the haunted wishing well, which is a normal wishing well. Send it to us. Or you can go to bigsandwich.co. Sign up for $9.
Wishing well, Mason. I don't like it. You're very non-suspicious. You
Thanks,
guys
man.
have some kind of brand deal. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm
Sponsored by Big Spooky Well. I don't like it.
You can go to bigsandwich.co for $9 per month. All sorts of bonus podcasts and movie commentaries and early videos, all kinds of stuff.
That's right.
Over there. Thank you to the Brute and the Basilisk and Rackham for all our musical themes. Go to tpublic.com if you want a Weekly Planet t-shirt. Just search for the Weekly Planet t-shirt. There's so many options, official and unofficial.
That's right.
Buy the weirdest one. Just buy the weirdest one.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you?
You'll
Maybe
love
we'll get $1. Maybe we won't get $1. Doesn't matter. We don't know.
I don't even know if our account's linked to that anymore. Like in terms of like a bank account.
I don't know. We don't know. It's
get an official one, unofficial.
Realistically that is the AI portion of this podcast. It's developed sentience. It's got its own bank account, I imagine, at this point.
Exactly.
But that's the whole show. Next week, I guess we're watching Pinocchio.
Unless something else happens during the week.
Right.
Like they release a movie that we have to watch.
Sure.
Or a show. Or something of that nature.
Yeah. Or we get consumed by a well. But what are the odds?
Mason.
Yeah.
Pretty low. You've been talking about it a lot, though, which makes me think it's slightly higher than really low. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Grab that gem, you guys. We will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Hang on, one more Star Wars, guys.
Okay.
Star Wars cops from earlier?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so they'd be like...
medal ceremony? Is that something they're like...
No.
No? The Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, they might be like... Maybe they might be like, you're here, but, something about booking, double booking. No, that's not.
Like the venue. Like they need to clear out because they're doing a wedding or something.
There's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What about, would he catch Obi-Wan Kenobi sneaking around the Death Star?
Oh, you might do that,
Just be like, what do you call this? Hey, mate, what do you call this?
No, but they're always a step behind.
Oh, okay.
So they'd just be
find
like-
his cloak.
Yeah, maybe, or they just, they'd find the remains of the Death Star.
Okay.
And be like, there is a fine because of this.
This is litter.
Yeah, this is actually the most significant amount of space junk we've ever seen, and there is a $75 fine.
You needed
attached
to put this on the curb for hard rubbish, not
that's
scattered
right.
throughout the galaxy.
Exactly, that's right. You need to pre-book this. We'll send you a sticker. You can put a sticker on the remains of the Death Star.
Very
Okay,
good.
bye everybody.
Bye.